What is up, motherfuckers and party people? How is everybody doing today? Hope everybody is having a great fucking day.
He'd just be racing to get it done and see what he could make happen. But he has to be a little concerned about being in the points at every stage and also putting himself in a position to maybe capitalize and win this afternoon. I think that's highly possible.
Yeah, if we're going to have an 18th different winner, I believe they're going to have to find their way past Kyle Busch today. Brad, a team owner, I know you have some sad news from the 47.
Yeah, this morning, one of our longtime employees, friends, J.R. Holler, passed away. J.R. had been in a courageous battle the last 3 months, and it's just a sad
What's up, Wendell? How you doing today?
He's just much more than a guy who worked on our race cars and helped take care of our race people and all that stuff. He was truly a great, great friend and family member. And it's
halftime, Browns 17, Panthers 7.
All of us, we gathered this morning, not a dry eye in the house. We're going to miss JR. We love him. We love his family. He did a tremendous job for us, morale-wise, work-wise, great work ethic, could set the tone in our race shop. And it's a sad, sad day for us. And we're going to race as hard as we can to honor JR. And just want to say Godspeed to his family. We love him, and we're praying for him.
So it's Friday night, then all of a sudden, boom. The kid's like, Dad, what is that? And you get the roar.
Not good by the score, and Baker already picked off. Hope rain stays away. I think it will. I mean, it looks beautiful right now, but I'm going to check the weather forecast for Kansas.
The little girl. I can't go. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's beautiful all day. 0% chance of rain, sunny, not a cloud in the sky.
$5 menu at Sonic.
So we're good for a race today.
Small jumbo popcorn chicken or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger, just $5. The 2 for $5 menu, only at Sonic or in the app.
Bayer's got a penalty for using a damn towel on the field. What? No towels, guys. No use of towels.
On the network you want to be on.
We will not be tolerating the use of towels.
When you pre-order Verizon. There's no place like Kansas.
So just so everybody knows, on this leaderboard, everybody with the letter P is in the playoffs except for Bubba Wallace. I don't know why they have the P for Bubba Wallace on here, but he is not in the playoffs. So just making that clear.
NASCAR.
Hi, yes, I need a locksmith. 3 hours. Guess I'll be right here. Nice. It was a cashback, right? And it is saving the day right now.
Good afternoon.
It was.
The Wells Fargo Active Cash Visa card. That's real life ready.
/ product. You've got Verizon.
They wiped the grass with a towel to get the perfect field goal.
For you to save more with mobile
It's so stupid that you'd give someone a penalty for that.
iOS customers can get 5G unlimited, starting at $25 per line per month for 4 lines. Start saving now with mobile plus home discount. So game more, watch more, and save more.
NFL should get a penalty for that
Add Verizon
stupid
Wireless
call.
and add up your savings. Only on Verizon. Demand.
Give me the beat, boys, and bring my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away.
Last week, NASCAR in the 2022 season saw its 17th winner, the 43 of Eric Jones, with a little bit of strategy, a little bit
Nebraska booted their coach out.
The race car held off Denny Hamlin for Eric Jones to win his second Southern 500, becoming the 17th winner, and also getting the 43 fall win, number 200. It was a great day. Congratulations. First time a non-playoff driver has ever won the first race of the playoffs. You see the list? 17 teams hanging on to that most ever at 19, and one driver who would love to move this number from 17 to 18. That is Ryan Blaney. He's standing by with Parker.
Right, Steve, and a very eventful and stressful entry into the playoffs because he doesn't have the win. So, could today be the day we finally get victory lane this year?
I have Ryan Blaney winning today.
Be nice, that's for sure. And what better time to do it in the playoffs? So, definitely didn't want.
Dom and Jaden are just refusing to post picks.
Mustang, but I thought our race pace was pretty good. I think the biggest thing today is keeping up with the track. You know, how good you can run the fence is going to move down. The wind is always a big factor here, so I couldn't think of a better day to try to get the win and automatically advance to the next round.
How do you balance, using the wall, the wind, all the variabilities there, with going for points versus you want that first win?
I think you just have to play smart, and understand the spot that you're in. Understand, where you're at in points, what stage of the race it is.
Opinions on his words about
just feel all
KB
those
and
things.
RCR?
So there's a point of kind of being patient and maybe staying a few feet off the fence, and there's a time to put it right on the fence and try to get lap time. So you feel that out as you go.
Steve, I just love this race team, how much relief I think they felt since getting in the playoffs. It's like a new lease on life. They have a lot of confidence. I think this is the part of watching that.
Well, it's like a second season for the 12th car, but everybody wants to get the victory. Let's go on the clock and talk about three drivers we believe have a shot to get that 18th winner, DJ.
Yeah, and I'm going to start with Bubba Wallace. He's driving the number of the car that won here in the first race. Yeah, Bubba had a great run back here earlier this year, but it was overshadowed by his teammate Kurt Busch being dominant in that race. I think he has an outstanding chance here this afternoon to get the job done himself. Everything, no mistakes along the way, he might be in victory lane.
Yeah, absolutely. Same for Martin Truex. I was shocked at how he reacted to missing the cut. He was so upset. But I'll tell you what, that showed me what type of competitor he is. He is talented.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, there's more questions than answers at this point. And it's not official yet, I'm not walking around here thinking that Kyle Busch is driving for RCR next year, even though that's what all the rumors are saying. I'm waiting for the official announcement. If Kyle does go to RCR next year, great. I would not be against that. But I'm just waiting for the announcement. And it just does lead. I think that if Kyle Busch goes to RCR, that confirms Kurt Busch's retirement. That is what I think. I think that pretty much would confirm Kurt Busch's retirement. Because then that means that he would probably be going to the 8 car. Tyler Reddick would probably be going to 2311 a year early, which would leave Kurt Busch out of a ride most likely. And with him already being kind of old enough and having, all the concussion issues, I think that would pretty much confirm that he's done. Do we have any, do we know if Kurt Busch is going to come back yet?
Live at or near Marine Base Camp Lejeune in North Carolina between 1953 and 1987? If so, listen closely for this important legal announcement. From 1953,
but Denny Hamlin says that he thinks that Kurt Busch will be in the 45 next year, so.
Water that was contaminated with hazardous toxins. The toxins found in the water at Camp Lejeune may cause health issues, especially later in life. Types of health issues associated with water at Camp Lejeune are numerous. If you or a loved one lived near Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987, you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation without going to court. Even if you were turned down in the past, a new law can allow you to file a claim today. If you or a loved one spent time near Camp Lejeune,
maybe the P is because he's driving the 45 for owner points, but probably just a typo. Yeah, I'm thinking it's a typo.
Call 1-800-300-8831. That's 1-800-300-8831.
I got this mountain bike for only $11.
DealDash.com, the fair and honest business.
Or maybe it's because the 45 was supposed to be in the playoffs, and I don't know.
This iPad sold for less than $43, and this PlayStation 5 sold for less than $1.
Link.
I won these Bluetooth headphones for $20.
I got these 3 suitcases for less than $40.
And shipping is always.
For the official announcement that Kyle Busch is going to RCR. But we know when the official announcement is coming, and that's pretty much going to be Tuesday. Jordan Bianchi posted an article earlier.
Yeah, we'll have to wait for Tuesday. Tuesday is going to be an interesting day.
There is a snake amongst you four.
It feels like we're being sabotaged.
Oh, she missed the road. Super sketchy right off the bat.
I'm not gonna stay if we're gonna go there.
Snake in the Grass, all new episode Monday at 11 after Raw on USA.
For the first time, NASCAR fans can view every lap of the NASCAR Cup Series race from inside the cockpit of any car they choose. Live in-car camera streams from the entire
Oh, yeah.
field are available for free as part of NASCAR Drive. Visit NASCAR.com/drive or download the NASCAR mobile app. All right, let's check in with our friends at PointsBet and their sport book odds. Who the favorite is? Tyler Reddick at plus 650. DJ.
Oh, yeah.
Handicap this right here. Who you liking?
That's a pretty big odds to win right there for the favorite to be that. But you can look down through there. I mean, look at Chase Elliott. He's got to have a chance here, you would think. So get down there and put a little money on that.
Yeah. I already told you who mine was.
Kyle Busch, rumor has it he's going to have BetMGM as a sponsor.
Who everybody says our man Dale Jr. at Burton. We kicked them off the front of the grid. They're up at the booth now.
Who's everybody got winning today? I got Ryan Blaney.
Going with the Chevrolet. Our man Burton is going with the Chevrolet as well as Tyler Reddick. All right, Brad.
Yeah,
who
man.
you got?
When I think of ripping the fence, I think Tyler Reddick. I think Tyler Reddick wins this thing today.
All right.
I like that. That's good choice there. I'm going with a big underdog here. I think Bubba Wallace might.
You got Chase winning today?
That he puts it all together. I really like what I've been seeing out of. The first race here was fantastic. I know the tires are a little different, but look for him to have a shot at this today.
Bubba in the 45, just a minute.
That's right.
3 in the 45. I'm gonna go for. I've been hitting towards it. Right here. Here's my man, Christopher Bell in the 20. He's a dirt racer. He's running an Xfinity racer. He knows how to run this racetrack. I think the Toyotas are going to be fast. I like Christopher Bell. I think he has. So these are the picks. Let's stretch a little bit. How about a long shot, DJ? Give me one long shot.
I just gave you one. He wasn't even on the board there a while ago. Hey, let's take a look. Hey, starting 10th today, Chris Buescher. He always finds himself in the mix, and I think this is the type of race that he can sneak in there and put himself in a position late to win.
I'm going to take you off that you can hit a long shot, but it can't be the 47. Can't pick your own car.
Okay. You know who I'm going to take? Eric Jones.
Back to back.
Why not? He's coming in with confidence today. He's coming in with confidence. Nobody's picking him today. They think he got lucky last week. He comes in here with a little bit of chip on his shoulder, a little bit of confidence. You just don't know what can happen. He gets out front, you don't know.
I'm going to tell you, Michael McDowell, I think, is a good pick if you want to look at the long shot. The question is, who's going to step up? The playoffs are here. It's easy to predict, but every week, someone does something special.
That's right.
It was Eric Jones a week ago. What playoff driver are we not giving enough credit to? I think that's going to be the storyline leading.
Yeah, that, and who made a mistake that cost them. And
So Dom asked Kyle Larson winning.
Bristol next Saturday.
Can you imagine racing Bristol?
No,
with
man.
the playoff cut line?
No way. Maylocks, baby. Maylocks.
Jump me all the way to television. Look at the grandstands. They are full. The drivers are out here with their families. The pressure is building. Austin Dillon excited to be in the playoffs. Let's go trackside for ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise as you're able and remove your hats as the Joint Military Honor Guard present our nation's colors. Today, we reflect upon the innocent lives lost on September 11, 2001, as well as the selfless sacrifices of our military and first responders since that day. Please join us in a moment of silence as we honor all the brave men, women, and children who perished, and also the families who were forever impacted on that tragic day. Here to offer today's invocation, please welcome U.S. Navy Academy graduate and president of Donnelly College, Monsignor Stuart Swetland.
Good and gracious God, we thank you that we live in a nation where we are free to praise and worship you as we understand you to be. Bless these teams, these crews, these drivers, and all present here and watching today. Keep them safe from injury and harm. Instill in them respect for each other and reward them for their good sportsmanship and perseverance. Bless NASCAR, Kansas Speedway, our nation with all the graces that we need, and lead us all to the rewards of your kingdom. where you live and reign forever and ever. Amen.
Amen.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome from Whiteman Air Force Base, Staff Sergeant Alexander Ross.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
God bless America. What time is the green flag? Probably, I think, 3:19. So 2:19 local time for Kansas.
We love our new neighborhood.
Yeah, great schools, wonderful neighbors, so helpful.
Maybe too helpful. Well, at least Geico made bundling our home and car insurance easy.
We save so much money.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Do you think they need to bring them to us on like a fancy tray, like the
Thinking like a platter?
we need a maitre d'?
Yes, Joffrey, I'll take another, please. Sonic Chop House Cheeseburger.
Heavy on the chop house, please.
An aioli.
Carvana's had a lot of firsts. 100% online car
How long
loans,
before the
car
first
vending
crash?
machines, and now putting
I
you in control of your financing.
think we
At
see it
Carvana,
in the
get
first
personalized terms,
40
browse for loans that
laps.
fit your budget. Then customize your down payment and monthly payment. And these aren't made up numbers. It's what you'll really pay, right down to the penny. Whether you're shopping or just looking. It only takes a few seconds and it won't affect your credit score. Finally, a totally different way to finance your ride. Only from Carvana.
It's back, America. Applebee's all-you-can-eat boneless wings, just $12.99.
T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up here. Yup. Get free Wi-Fi now with streaming all flight long. We do coverage differently, with expanded high-speed data across the world. So you're connected here, and here? Not yet. But down here, you're covered with a year of AAA roadside assistance on us. On the ground, in the air, overseas, T-Mobile has coverage beyond the expected.
You know the 40 car cam means more angles of... Oh yeah, I want to... I guess they're still not up yet. Yeah, you can see anybody's onboard camera now. I really do like that. I feel like it's ridiculous. Like, I feel like the fact that it's just now happening is kind of ridiculous. Like, I feel like they should have had that, like, probably 10 years ago. But hey, better late than never. Rock and roll. You know this intro is kind of boring? Yeah, it is. But it's not as bad as some of the other ones that they've had.
It's NASCAR Cup Series playoffs from Kansas. This telecast presented by Applebee's. The cars all in line, drivers getting climbed into their cars for this. Another opportunity to make it into the playoffs. 36 drivers in the field today, but only one of the 16 playoff drivers can advance to that second round with a win here at Kansas. We've got our drivers, Hall of Famer Dale Earnhardt Jr., as well as the mayor, Jeff Burton. All right, Junior, I'll start with you. Who are the drivers you're looking at today?
I think Kevin Harvick and Tyler Reddick are a couple guys I'll be watching. Harvick's had some great success here, 3 wins in the top 3 in 3 of the last 4 races, but he was 15th in May, and so he's going to have a little more pace today to continue his run through the playoffs. And then Tyler Reddick starts on the front row again. He's got the pole, start on the front row in May, but finished 30th, and he has a terrible record at the short tracks. No top 10s this year, and an average finish of 17th at Bristol, so he needs an amazing run today.
Yeah, to me, Alex Bowman is somebody I'm watching. He had a good run at Darlington last week. They struggled during the regular season, finished 10th last week. He's 10 points to the good, and he ran really well in practice yesterday. They need to take advantage of that speed, and somebody I'm really concerned about, Briscoe and that team. An accident at Darlington that settled back. They're 15, minus 10.
They had more onboards during ESPN days, like 8 during ESPN and 4 up till now. Yeah. But, well, I think they had like, I think they still have 8, but they only had like 4 that they showed on the website.
Chase Briscoe and Kevin Harvick below the cut line in the playoffs. Let's get the engine fired. We go trackside for the command.
And now, race fans, here to say the most famous words in motorsports. Please welcome former punter for the Kansas City Chiefs and Super Bowl champion, Dustin Colquitt. Driver, start your engine!
Yeah, baby.
An absolutely perfect day in the heartland for NASCAR Cup Series racing here at Kansas Speedway.
Wish you could get the feeling of a relaxing foot massage just by walking around? Now you can with new Skechers Massage Fit footwear. The unique Wave technology is designed to gently massage your foot with every step and are machine washable. Keep your feet happy all day long with new Skechers Massage Fit.
When you have auto glass damage, choose Safe Flight. We can come to you and replace your windshield. Wow, thank you. Bye. Don't wait. Schedule now.
Safe Flight Repair, Safe Flight Replace.
Some title contenders like Elliott, Larson, and Busch, while others are looming like Chastain and Suarez. One thing is clear, there's a storm brewing as the NASCAR playoffs return for a Texas-sized showdown at the Auto Trader Echo Park Automotive 500 Sunday, September 25th. Be a part of the action and enjoy tons of live entertainment and fun for the whole family. Plus, all new fan amenities like the world's longest belly-up bar and more. Lock in your tickets at TexasMotorspeedway.com.
Whatever happened to Chucky?
Oh, I hate that doll.
When do we get to start stabbing people?
Linda.
Oh, Tiffany, to get what's coming to her. He's gonna come for us again. It's just a doll.
Chucky, new season October 5th on USA and Sci-Fi.
Has your income changed due to COVID-19? Does your home need insulation or a heating system? ZeroDraft offers income-based grants honored by New York State for qualifying households. To find out more, call ZeroDraft for your free estimate.
Milk chocolate beyond words. Classic recipe by Linz.
My most important kitchen tool, my brain. So I choose Nariva Plus. Unlike some others, Nariva Plus is a multitasker supporting 6 key indicators of brain health to help keep me sharp. Nariva, think bigger.
Got comfort issues? Chilly or drafty rooms? Is your upstairs hot in the summer or cold in the winter? One call to ZeroDraft and it's fixed. We're the guys to call. Our name says it all. 0 points.
NASCAR on USA is brought to you by Applebee's. Help us crush childhood cancer. Credit One Bank, a credit card company. And by Ford. Built Ford proud.
It says that you're committed, you're dedicated to something, you're driven. I always thought that I could do it. I just never knew. I can do it. I know how to do it. I've been there. I've done that.
Believing in the process and the things that you do, the people around you, you have to be willing to go to work and to go to fight and to have that hunger to win.
Whether we want to admit it or not, the thing I've always wanted to become was Cup Series driver. Winning a championship for me personally, along with that coolest thing in the world, to be a champion. If you can win the Cup Series championship, it changes a lot for me. Would be the best way to silence everybody who says I don't deserve to be here. It's something that I've worked for my whole career. I've come very, very close to it. I know that I'm very championship caliber and worthy.
That's what is the difference maker. At the end of the day, is being able to call yourself a champion versus just a race winner.
For me, at the core reasoning of racing is the Cup Championship.
It's the next step as they try to get so much closer to that championship cup. Let's take a look at today's starting grid brought to you by Applebee's. Here are the drivers in the first 5 rows.
California. Joey Logano, Middletown, Connecticut.
Alex Bowman, Tucson, Arizona.
Christopher Bell, Norman, Oklahoma.
Ross Chastain, Alva, Florida.
Bubba Wallace, Mobile, Alabama.
Kyle Larson, Elk Grove, California.
Austin Cindric, Mooresville, North Carolina.
William Byron, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Chris Buescher, Prosper, Texas.
See driver Martin Truex Jr. up there, not in the playoffs, looking for another win. And then at the bottom of this list in row 10, Kyle Busch, trying to win his way into the next round. Let's dial him up on the radio, Jeff.
Hey, Kyle, you with us?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
It's going great. Big weather change today. Curious how much you think that's going to affect this racetrack.
It's going to affect it all right. Yesterday was really chilly. Had a lot of grid, a lot of speed, so don't think that kind of favored us, but would like to think what we chose for today will be good for the sunshine here and the hotter track depth. So looking forward to this M&M Camry.
Unfortunate engine issue last week. How does that change, or does it change your approach to today's race?
Oh, 1000%. Yeah, I mean, you win last week and you're not really worried about today. You're going to throw everything to the wind and you're going to go for stage points. You're going to go for stage wins, that sort of stuff, just to get those extra playoff bonus points. So don't have that to our luxury this week. So, we'll fight it like we always do and get the best points we can out of it to start with. And if we've got a shot to go race for a win, we'll do that in a minute.
All right, buddy, we know you've been giving it 100%. Good luck. Have a great one.
Got it. Thanks.
Kyle Busch with the Toyota onboard camera that will be looking back at him throughout today's race. Want to take a look at the Cup Series playoff standings brought to you by Xfinity. Again, right now it's Joey Logano who's at the top of the list. He just mentioned looking for stage points, as many points as they can gather, because the bottom 4 after Bristol, which is the next race, are eliminated from the playoff picture. And for more on some of these drivers, let's go to pit road. Kim Kuhn.
Thanks, Rick. And Kevin Harvick finds himself the lowest driver in the standings, minus 13. But when I checked in with the team this morning, they said they're not overly concerned. It's going to take 2 bad weekends to get them really worried, as you're seeing Kevin there with that Xfinity on-board camera. The team did say playoff points and stage points become an extra priority, but acknowledge that's been their big weak spot this year. Crew Chief Rodney Childers told me they think it's probably very difficult for them to get stage points in stage 1, but think it's doable in stage 2. And Parker, they roll off here 14th here this afternoon.
Well, Kim, for Kyle Larson, he comes into this race plus 17 above the cut line. He won here last fall and finished second in the spring. But one thing that makes him so good here is his ability to run the wall. He told me it's a huge advantage he's had for years. But with this new car, that has slowly gone away. So his focus in practice was running everywhere but on the wall. He said, I ran the middle, a groove off. I wanted to make this race car work everywhere else because I think that's what it's going to take to pass. Everyone has come to my level with running the wall. We'll see if that 5 is able to pass today, Dave.
Parker, another driver that loves to run.
Jaden's got Christopher Bell winning.
Start his 2022 playoffs have had a finish of 3rd at Darlington, put him up in the points and put him up in the standings. About today, the odds makers love him. He's on the pole. And one more little note, he radioed his crew. He thinks that choosing the high line to start, which is his prerogative, will be the safe bet. Rick?
Thanks, Dave. All right, Jeff, let's take a look at the race breakdown. We've heard the drivers talking about running right up against the wall. Let's look at the numbers.
Yes, hot, slick racetrack today is going to change the way it was from practice. 267 laps, 400 miles. Stage 1, 80 laps. Stage 2, 85 laps. Final stage, 102. Fuel window, 65 to 70. Pit road speed, 45 miles an hour. Remember, a competition caution because all of the rain last night, somewhere around lap 25.
Let's head back to pit road and Kim Coon.
And William Byron and this number 24 team are leaning heavily on their teammates on the number 5 car. William blew a tire in the spring race, damaging the race car, so they didn't feel like they had a strong notebook coming into this weekend. Crew Chief Rudy Fugel told me they used the number 5 and Larson's team notes from the spring, so we'll see, Parker, if that pays off here this afternoon. William starts in the 9th position.
And Kim, for Ross Chastain, he's having a career season, 2 wins on the year, but for the last 7 races, he has not gotten into the top 10. Not the way you'd want to start your
Ross Chastain's coming down pit road.
Their confidence is abundant. Why? Because of the speed that they're showing in that one car. They told me their speed has not changed at all, and they know when they get the race and they execute well, that speed will carry them to getting back inside the team.
Oh no, that's just everyone coming down pit road. I was like confused for a second. I was like, what?
He will start second today, but when I talked to him this morning, he wasn't really sure how their race pace would be. But he harkened back to last weekend when they had a decent finish at Darlington, when they also didn't have great practice pace, but they made the day work for them. Guys, you know, in these championship playoffs, you've just got to make the most out of every day and see where you fall.
Yeah, thanks, guys. As we see, the field had just gone down pit road to check their pit road speed. They're back in behind the pace camera. And Steve, thank you for taking care of all the duties down there pre-race. Let's talk a little bit about that virtual car that you're so familiar with.
You almost didn't get me off the pit box. That view down there is amazing. But let's take a look at our Toyota virtual car. Let's talk about the wake, or the dirty air behind these cars, and what's a little bit different about the next-gen car versus cars in the past. So we'll see that step splitter. You see a couple little steps. That's to force the air underneath this car. They want it attached, a very smooth bottom of this car to get back to that diffuser in the back. That is to basically organize the air as it comes out from the back of the car, also speeding that air up. That creates downforce. What this also does, though, is create a nice, clean wake. So when you turn the smoke on, look right here. You're going to rotate above and look back. So drivers, I'm going to bring you in. You guys know better than anyone how this affects it. So if we stop right here, out of the old car, dirty air used to kind of be way over here, like with a boat. It used to be super, super wide. Now it's very, very narrow. And Junior, I believe that gives these drivers an opportunity to be offset just a little bit to the right or a little bit to the left, find that air to their nose of their car and be able to make a pass.
Yeah, one of the best examples of that was right here earlier this year, where Kurt Busch was able to just offset a little bit to the left of Kyle Larson and make the pass for the win. You would never see a driver be able to pull that off successfully with the older style car. So really, it's narrowed up that dirty air behind the car, like you said, allowing these drivers to make moves a little bit differently and race a little closer together, especially side by side. So everybody's going to try to chase to the wall, run on the fence, run a little bit higher on this racetrack. So you've got to be able to make passes low. And Kurt did a great job of that earlier this year.
You mentioned the side-by-side battle and how that's changed it. Well, in the old car, if you were side-by-side with somebody, pulled all the air off the inside car, that car would get very loose, move up the racetrack. This car doesn't lose side force or down force because it's being generated from underneath the car. And so it allows you to be much more aggressive if you're underneath another car.
I I'll tell you one thing, drivers, the other thing that reminds me when I look out here in the window from the booth at this big, wide Kansas Speedway is just how much work a driver has to do to make a pattern. It's like an art form with a scalpel. It takes a few laps. You just don't catch them and go by them. You kind of got to set them up to allow yourself to get to that right rear quarter panel or to throw that slide job that Christopher Bell talked about in the pre-race.
Let's listen into the 22 radio, a little pep talk before the green flag.
All right, boys. A good start.
Copyright? Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I don't even want to have those up.
All right, Steve, between the 8 and the 22, right now, pit crew for the 22 a little bit better than the 8, but really all these playoff teams have to worry about almost a perfect day.
Yeah, I don't want to risk that. And plus, I don't like it. I mean, I like it, but I don't because like the cameras are ahead of the TV, so like I want the TV to be showing me what I'm seeing, you know.
Well, we know that Tyler Reddick has the fast race car as well as the 22 of Joey Logano. The two making up row one.
Green flag.
Fans on their feet here in Kansas. We're racing in the heartland.
I'm mainly just happy about it because it means that every driver has an onboard so we can have the replays.
Start to the race by Joey Logano. He surges ahead.
Tyler Reddick picked that outside. It did not work for him. Logano got a great launch on the front straightaway, beat him into turn one.
Kevin Harvick also with a great run on the restart through the middle, just off frame to the right. In that 4 car, Chastain slides up the racetrack. Harvick up the racetrack as well as a block.
And Bowman also was able to get in front of Tyler Reddick, so it's Logano and
Reddick
Bowman
just
1 and 2 as Bowman
fell off a
to the
cliff right
low
there.
side of the racetrack to maybe put a little pressure on Logano early in this race.
You love Bubba's scheme?
Restarts now, as important they are every week. You can see right now on a 267 lap race how aggressive everyone already is. Bowman to the top.
And a big run by the 48, Alex Bowman. And that ally, number 48, is now he looks to the outside as they go to turn number 1. And can he make the pass here?
Some good racing early.
On that outside line. That's where the momentum's going to be off the corner. Look at the drive of that 48 car. Really fast in practice to the lead. Here comes the 8 of Reddick down the inside of the 22. Logano losing positions. Getting back in that dirty area, that's going to make things more and more difficult for this 22.
And a very unique racetrack. You saw Tyler Reddick. He didn't run to the bottom to get on the white line trying to pass Logano. He ran the middle of the racetrack. This track, you can run every single groove, and they're going to use every bit of it.
Reddick to the bottom of the racetrack, trying to get to the inside of Bowman. Bowman on the top is going to be able to clear him off of turn 2. This will be a difficult pass for Reddick.
Now is it the
A Cody Ware cam shot.
front to block the other driver, take his clean air?
He's going to try to run this high line and just keep the momentum up and hope that is enough speed to be able to defend any kind of pass coming on the bottom of the racetrack. You don't want to give Reddick the top of the racetrack. You don't want to give him clean air up there. So basically, look at that. Can't run that middle. You can see it. Bowman driving away on that high side. Reddick's eventually going to have to give up and just get to the top of the racetrack.
Look at Kyle Busch. He started 20th. He is back to 26th. People are flying by Kyle right now. Look right there. The 16 car, Noah Gragson, just whipped right around Kyle Busch. He is not happy with his car at the moment.
Noah Gragson won the
Yeah, what is up? No, Kyle's got an issue.
And as you mentioned, the
I think
18
Kyle's got an
Busch went
issue.
the wrong direction.
It's no consolidation for the 18, but look 2 cars behind him. The 9 of Chase Elliott Jr., same situation. Didn't qualify well, has lost 8 spots since the start.
Maybe not. Maybe he's just slow.
Chase Elliott, what he has to say about his car.
Having a hard time to go on the front end right now. Gonna fly across the back.
What I love is not just the information, but listen to the delivery. I mean, he almost could have just been sitting up here in the booth with us. So, Rick, I'm a little tight, I'm a little this. It's that calmness, that maturity. That's what gives this 9 a chance to recover. Remember, we have a competition yellow coming in lap 25, so no panic in the voice. Kim, he knows what he needs to work on.
When I talked to them this morning, both Chase and crew chief Alex Upson said they didn't quite have the pace to win, but they felt like they had the pace to be competitive. So right now, it's just the balance that's throwing them off. Certainly looking to make some changes during that competition caution, and then we'll see if, in fact, they do have the speed to run down the competition.
So again, playoff driver. Chase Elliott running in the 28th position. Kyle Busch is a couple spots ahead of him.
Right on board with the 47, the son to be on board with Stenhouse Jr. Going back is Chase Elliott and Kyle Busch. Going forward is Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Had that contact in practice. They had to go to the back after repairing the car, and he is plus 13 spots all the way just outside the top 20. Look at this out the front window. He's looking for the top 20. Pretty wide down the front straightaway, Stenhouse.
That is the dumbest penalty ever.
Going to be able to clear both of those cars for those positions.
Got Harrison Burton in the 21.
Corey LaJoie back there having a great run around the high side. You see the 18 of Kyle Busch rebounding somewhat. He has got all the way to the top.
What were you speaking about earlier?
Making a lot of good ground on the top against the wall. Has to go to the bottom here to get around the 6 of Keselowski.
Go by the 7 of LaJoie, as you mentioned, as well as Harrison Burton just in front of them.
And you see right there, Rick, as the 6 gets the run, he starts to defend the top. He does not want another car to his outside. He's going to try to jump to the outside of the 7 here. Not enough room. Good patience there.
And that checked up all the momentum that we saw that 18 have.
Yeah, that video's dumb.
Try to rebuild that momentum here now in turn 3 and 4, right against the wall. Watch
How much
this run
sponsoring do they need to show? Literally, NASCAR is supposed, like, NASCAR's supposed to be racing, but really it's just a racing league disguised, or no, it's just a sponsoring scheme disguised as a racing league. That's all NASCAR is. They don't even care about the actual racing. It's all about sponsorship. That's really all it is. For 60, 70 years, this whole thing that we see as racing is just literally one big marketing point. That's all NASCAR really is. I mean, yeah, we love the racing, but like, the entire point of it is sponsorship.
He said, yeah, us too, because we prepared for a new tire combination here, but we did not expect to come off the truck as way loose as we were. So they've been tightening it all weekend long. Denny is up 9 positions. Unfortunately, he came on the radio really tight to start. Steve, I don't know if you've ever had a weekend where you're just chasing the car back and forth all weekend.
A weekend, I had seasons that were that way. It seems like you just never get the balance. Some cars, Rick, just seem to have a big kind of sweet spot. Every little adjustment just kind of moves around. Other cars feel like they're on a knife edge. You can jump from tight to loose with the smallest change.
Here's a great example of the challenge that these drivers are going to have all day. The 20 car of Christopher Bell is much faster than Logano. He'd rather be in that high groove. Logano's running that groove, so he's got to offset a little bit to try to get some clean air. And he still can't make the pace in that lower groove to be able to get up there and pass his 22. He's working on it. He's going to try to find a way around him. As soon as Christopher Bell can get clear of the 22 Logano, he will drive away with a much faster race car.
We saw temperatures yesterday and Friday in the 80s, and today just 73 degrees. So even over the weekend, when a cold front went through yesterday, the team has to really look at that and think, okay, well, I've got to adjust for that too. A little bit colder.
Yeah, the top 3 on the ticker top. That's cool. We got the top 10.
The wind is whipping, and that is going to make the balance of this race car difficult to challenge or to chase.
You're watching the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs from Kansas. This telecast presented by Applebee's.
There are those of us who earn our calluses. We choose raw materials over ready-made. It takes a special kind of person to build their world from scratch. And a special set of tools. Northern Tools are problem solvers' paradise. There's nothing we can't find, fix, or figure out together. We're made for this. Start solving your projects today at northerntool.com.
Ray Magliozzi here. eBay Motors has 122 million parts. Hey, Dave. Yep. Wait. Oh, those new wipers.
They're small.
For parts that fit your vehicle, go to eBay Motors. Let's ride.
The all-new 2 for $5 menu at Sonic. Choose a Fritos chili cheese wrap, small jumbo popcorn chicken, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. Just $5. The 2 for $5 menu. Only at Sonic or in the app.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us. From the feelings that move us to the places that pull us, on the roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
COVID-19. Some people get it, and some people can get it bad. And for those who do get it bad, it may be because they have a high risk factor, such as heart disease, diabetes, being overweight, asthma, or smoking. Even if symptoms feel mild, these factors can increase your risk of COVID-19 turning severe. So if you're at high risk and test positive, don't wait. Ask your healthcare provider right away if an authorized oral treatment is right for you.
You like drama? Then you'll love the night race at Bristol. The speed, the noise, the colors. It's all the sideways chaos of NASCAR shoehorned into an East Tennessee Thunderdome with elimination on the line. One bull ring to rule them all. The NASCAR playoffs continue at Bristol on USA.
Make sure to download the official app of NASCAR. You can follow the action with free live scoring. There's in-car cameras as well as radio broadcasts. Just search NASCAR in your app store. You can download and start a free trial. It's the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs on USA, the Hollywood Casino 400. And we're closing in on the competition caution. Parker, things are going to be heating up down there in about 5 laps.
Oh, they definitely will be a lot of sense for the teams. But we watched Christian Bell trying to make this pass on Joe Logano. We asked him about this very thing in the pre-race show. And Dale, he used a term, I think they use it in dirt racing. You've used it a couple times. What's that term where you go all the way to the bottom and try to slide up in front of the guy in front of you?
Oh, slide job.
That's it. That's what he said he was going to take the pass here, and I think that's exactly what he's been working on. He said he wanted to run that groove lower, get that little bit of run, and if you have that momentum going off, especially to turn one, that's where you can use that slide job. Drive it to the bottom and slide up in front of the car in front of him. That's what he's trying to do here.
And Dave.
Hey guys, watching the 99 of Daniel Suarez, who, when I talked with his crew chief Travis Mack this morning, he loves a race like this because one thing Daniel's really improved on is taking whatever lane is necessary on a multi-lane racing track. That's certainly available today. The problem right now is he has radioed that his car is very, very tight. That will limit what he can do now. Hopefully he can apply all that later, Kim.
Well, Dave, speaking of multi-lanes, drivers talk about this being a multi-lane racetrack. Not the case right now for William Byron. Take a listen.
Yeah, gonna need something pretty major here. We'll get you the walls finally off, just working pretty decent confirmed.
And that's because the condition of that car right now just plowing tight. William cannot do anything but run that high line. Currently sits in that 13th position.
Bowman's been out front for what's going to be 21 laps here in just a moment. And that's actually the most laps that Alex has led in a race this year to start this one off. We get ready for that competition caution, which will be at or around lap 25.
Yeah, they've had a strong, strong program, but struggled this year. Won some races over the last couple of years, but has found it difficult to get speed and pace. And I think we're all surprised when he showed up quick in practice, and it seems to be transitioning over to the event. Hopefully they can maintain this speed, the 48 cars throughout the day.
See a couple cars already going a lap down. Jimmy McLeod, Jimmy Yeley.
Okay, I just ordered food.
Go from one way on
What's up, Daniel? How you doing?
the racetrack right now. Okay, come on.
Cody Ware going a lap down in the 51.
This morning got up to get moving, go to our production meetings, and saw this guy right here, Alex Bowman, out on a job. Like, man, you gonna work out for the workout? Get some sleep, man.
Well, remember he's driving the 48 car. Isn't that exactly what Jimmy Johnson
That would
do?
absolutely be a Jimmy Johnson thing.
Yeah.
Just go run and bike before the race.
I know, like 7 or 8 weeks ago, I had Jimmy Johnson in this 48 car somehow. So
Competition caution's about to come out. There it
There's
is.
that competition caution that we were expecting. And so it comes out, and now it goes into the hands
I'll be back.
of the pit crew member, Steve.
yeah, this is the type of track that it's going to be 4 tires for everyone. This will be the only required pit stop in this first stage. They can make it from here to the end of the stage on fuel. So like you were saying, perfection is great, but I
would just take some base hits, just some real solid stops. Even if that's 90%, even if we lost one spot on every pit stop today, I know why that would be frustrating. That would be acceptable in the first round of the playoffs. Remember, 16 drivers, they all can't win a race. You're going to have to point your way in now. As we get farther along in the playoffs, pressure moves up and the required performance will move up. But still early on, it's about consistent days.
Tyler Reddick, again, starting up front. And the caution was running second to Alex Bowman. Joe Logano third. Christopher Bell in fourth. Bubba Wallace, the first non-playoff driver, running in the fifth spot, as well as Mark Truex Jr., also a non-playoff driver in the sixth position. Well, on September 19th, change the past one leap at a time. Don't miss the premiere of the new series, Quantum Leap, Monday, September 19th at 10, 9 Central on NBC, and streaming next day on Peacock. See whose days change as these cars get ready to come to pit road. They'll be led by the 48, and we'll go down to Kim first.
And Bubba Wallace in that number 45 car was just saying how greasy it is out there. The front end of that race car was dancing around, felt like he was on top of the racetrack. He's on your top left.
Ooh, that is a pretty sick scheme.
To give him more grip, it's going to be 4 tires and Sunoco fuel, Parker.
He came from Christian Bell at the top right heater speed. He said, I felt really good in the car, and if Joe Logano just made a mistake there, I would have gotten him. It's going to be 4 tires and not waiting on fuel with Christian Bell, Dave.
Leader Alex Bowman to the pits. His car was just a little bit free. Air pressure adjustment for that. 4 Goodyear tires and Sunoco fuel. On the lower right, that is Tyler Reddick, came in second. His car was just a little bit tight. He'll get an adjustment for that. Also, tires and fuel. Now, Rick, the race off pit road.
Yeah, it's 4 wide as they come off pit road. Reddick with that great spot gained a position. Bowman lost one. Logano held on to his. 2 spots gained by Mark Truex Jr.
Oh, hey. Buying a car from Vroom is so easy. All you need is a phone and a finger. Just go to Vroom.com, scroll through thousands of cars, then tap to buy. That's it. No sales speak, no wasted time. Just straight up great cars. Right from your phone to your driveway. Go to Vroom.com and pick your favorite. Oh yeah, she digs it. Buy your car on Vroom.com. Vroom. Get in.
You know what beats next day shipping? Getting it the same day. So shop Ace online and get free in-store or curbside pickup right in your neighborhood. Or get what you need delivered the very same day you order. Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Is Dad posting a farewell to his favorite college freshman?
Nope. He's switching his choice catchback category to gas. The road to college can be emotional, but also rewarding.
With the Bank of America customized cash rewards card, you just can't stop getting rewarded.
Thursday.
Pit crews are going to make mistakes. It will happen.
What you didn't see at NASCAR at COTA.
Trouble with their pit stop.
Yeah, no more time here to get them down pit road.
You're better. It's always something.
Please for
You've got Verizon Home Internet. Now, we're making it even easier for you to save more with Mobile Plus Home Discount. Fios customers can get 5G unlimited, starting at $25 per line per month for 4 lines. Start saving now with Mobile Plus Home Discount. So game more, watch more, and save more. Switch now. Add Verizon Wireless and add up your savings. Only on...
For everything we need, for everything we want, for everything we do. We're all better off with an ally.
The next generation of Wi-Fi is here with supercharged speeds faster than a gig. Unbeatable internet made to do anything so you can do anything. Xfinity, proud premier partner of NASCAR. Getting ready for the choose, and a couple guys choosing to go a little too fast on pit road, including playoff driver Chase Briscoe, the 6 and the 19, also probably that pit road. Drivers, how important is which lane you choose?
you're obviously going to start on the high side, but a lot of guys are going to choose that line, so then that gives you the opportunity to roll like that money over. Those guys turn over that ball. Well, they're not waiting on it. Yeah, they're like, what? Lights are on in the pace car.
They were thinking they were choosing, but no.
A lot of guys are going to want that top groove, but typically, that's going to open up the top groove. This is that inside lane, but the inside lane is vulnerable to the bottom. Watch this pit stop though with Reddick. That line, that yellow, the red line on top, that's where it needs to be. That's where steering wheel needs to be for the right side tires to come off cleanly. Then when they're done, it changes to the blue line to be able to get the left side tires off cleanly. Because of the geometry in the tires in the front end, they need the steering wheel at a different setting to be able to get those front tires off cleanly and not hang up in the wheel well.
Saving a little fuel here with the Northern Tool and Equipment on board here for the 8.
Every caution, every saving gas. It takes longer to put tire or fuel in the tires on. The 11 had a penalty as well. I think it was an equipment issue or interference with equipment.
The 16 car, he had to come back down pit road and rear. So 5 cars early in this race had issues on pit road, having to go to the back.
All kinds of excitement.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, just like in Darlington, man, we thought those guys would come in and it'd be a buttoned-up race, but there were so many things going on throughout that race that changed, the playoff picture. Now they're going back to choose again. Let's see if they stick with it.
We're going to re-choose.
So far, pretty even, guys. Top, bottom. There's a couple more to the top. And so
Choices: do you just pick the shortest line, or do you pick the line that you think is going to be the fastest? And if you make a decision to go to the top and you give up 2 or 3 rows by doing that, how do you net out when you come off turn 2? And it's just a guess. I mean, they're doing math. The spotter's telling you, he's counting the lines for you to tell you how many are on each line, and you have to make a quick decision.
Yep. If you're in 20th place, the spotter's going to tell you how many are picking the top. And so once it gets to a certain number, you have to choose the bottom. And so you just wait for the spotter to give you that information. What you got on the 99, Dave?
Daniel Suarez is fired up.
Don't worry, the marshal is there. You'll help me out a little bit with the car, and I'll be there. That's right. I like it.
Help me a little bit with the car, and I will, well, he'll beat them.
Thanks for cleaning that up for us, too, Dave. 2x2 once again, the field working their way toward this restart. By the way, we had mentioned on pit road, Steve, the fact you were hoping for singles. And already you've got 2 playoff drivers with issues, the 14 of Chase Briscoe speeding, and this is the 34th pit road violation this year for Denny Hamlin. So
34th?
Cleaned up. Field now approaching
Jesus
the Geico
Christ.
restart zone as we
That's
bring
more.
you back underway
He
here.
has more penalties than races.
Big push right there from Joey Logano. That propels Reddick into the lead.
Joey tries to go to the top just to get clean air, but also see if he can create enough momentum to pass.
Joey got really tight off turn 2. They're piled up underneath him trying to go by him.
Almost 4 wide here. 4 wide now with Chastain down at the bottom. Somebody's got to give him.
I think Kyle's issue from earlier in the race is fixed. He's up to 14.
4 wide for 3rd because they're still side by side for the lead. Bowman and Reddick.
Logano's struggling on the top off the corner, and that's allowed his 3 wide to maintain. But finally clear Bubba Wallace in the middle. They're trying to battle back on the inside. Now we're going to be 4 wide back there.
4
Around the
wide.
very, very top. Bubba Wallace has to get late information that the Harvick is there. Battle for the lead.
They're 4 wide. These motherfuckers are crazy.
Reddick using that high.
What am I eating? I got McDonald's.
And he has the momentum.
Oh, there goes Harvick into the wall.
Hard into the wall for Kevin Harvick.
Oh, that'll be a caution.
Damage to the right front.
Yep.
Back up into the wall. The caution comes out again.
Hold your line.
So,
They were racing so
that's the end of Kevin Harvick's day.
Yeah, I didn't think that there was real contact that created that, but so Chastain drifts up off the bottom of the racetrack as him and Bubba Wallace are racing really hard on corner exit of turn 4, and as soon as they cross
Tire
the
bent.
Harvick's car just turned right into the wall. So watch the 1 car and the 45 of Bubba Wallace. Chastain's coming up the track, both of them. Maybe
Woo.
some contact there. Harvick
Yeah,
gets
there was
loose.
definitely contact.
Big moment.
Rowdy Tellez, man.
Watch this. So as soon as they go
right in front of Harvick.
Hitting homers.
Contact or not, man, it's close. But Harvick's car turns sideways. He corrects it into the fence hard. Big damage.
Right along,
Hold each other tight.
Good, yeah, gracious. Just Kevin wasn't complaining about contact with Bubba. He was saying that was all air.
Yeah, and Jeff, this is just like we talked about that black helicopter at the beginning, our NBC virtual car, right? That stream is very strong right off that diffuser, and it seems like as soon as the rear bumper of the 45 crosses the nose of the 4, all the air is gone, right? And his downforce goes right away. The speed underneath the force diffuser gone, Dale Jr., and then you saw that big loose correction. I mean, it's like a light switch. You go from grip to no grip, like you drove across ice. That is pointing the wrong way right there. That's bad. Gonna be bad. Kim.
And Kevin had already complained about being a little bit tight. After that incident, he did come on the radio and said, I'm not sure if the right front or the right rear is broken. Rodney Childers said, likely it's the right front. Bring it in. We're going to do work on it. And remember, they told me this morning they weren't concerned about last week that it's going to take
He bumped Bubba and got loose. Yeah, that's what it looks like. But I'm going to go get my food real quick. Panthers 23-20.
No, and even with the extended damaged vehicle policy from 6 minutes to 10 minutes, you can see no urgency. 10 minutes, just not enough time to fix this 4 car. It might be in a must-win when we head to Bristol next week.
At the right prices, whether I'm on 2 wheels, 4 wheels, or no wheels. Let's ride.
When safe drivers save up to 30% on their auto insurance for not answering their phone while driving, they feel like a pretty big deal.
Steve, did you get the ice?
Even if they forgot the ice. Save up to 30% on auto insurance with USAA Safe Pilot. Get a quote today.
It's back, America. Applebee's all-you-can-eat boneless wings, just $12.99.
Peacock Stream, the biggest sports and live events. From Notre Dame football and Sunday night football to football. Streaming on Peacock.
The Cowboys have never beaten Tom Brady. And look who's coming to Dallas for Game 1. Here we go, Bucks. Cowboys, made for Sunday night on NBC and Peacock.
For the first time, NASCAR fans can view every lap of NASCAR Cup Series races from inside the cockpit of any car they choose. It's live in-car camera streams from the entire field. They're available for free as part of NASCAR Drive. Just visit NASCAR.com/drive. You can download the NASCAR mobile app. You see the 4 back into the garage, and what does that do for the playoff standings? He came in 16th. Now, Steve, it's almost looking like this is must win when he goes to Bristol. Mathematically, we can't say that yet, but This is still early in this race.
Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen in the next 231 laps, right? We could have 10 playoff guys wreck, and that would be the best thing that ever happened to Harvick. But currently, the only playoff driver out of the race came in 16th. He's still going to be 16th. The question is, who else is going to follow them with mistakes? The 11th, Denny Hamlin.
The Dolphins are beating the fucking Patriots. They did get Tyreek Hill,
You
so.
decided you could roll your tires, but they kind of had it under control. Now it's wherever the tires go. So we see Suarez behind the 11, both right fronts. We pause it right there. So look at
10
that.
drivers won't wreck it in the playoffs, yeah.
Really
I mean, you never know.
bad shape. Well, here's the 11s. It's almost the same location for the 99. The difference
You never
is
know.
The 11's tire interferes with the gas man and the rear of the 8 car pitted in front of him. So that's a perfect example of both pit crews operated the same way. Their tires kind of rolled in the same location. But because the 99 had space, it didn't interfere with another team, no issue. But Dave, because the 11s rolled into the 8 box and interfered with a crew member, therefore a penalty.
And not that it matters which it ran into, but it's interesting. Chris Gabehart said with our 25th qualifying spot, we didn't get a very good pick. I was surprised that was still available, but I chose to put myself between those 2 playoff cars because I figured if we were running, especially with the 8 of Reddick, who's going super quick, we're having a good day, and I'll deal with the rest. As for the penalty, well, he didn't see that coming.
Yeah, no, you just never do. But to quote my old buddy Jeff Burton, the results matter, right, Jeff? Doesn't matter what your actions are. The results of your actions, one can be a penalty, one not, because of how it affects other cars. You see Kevin Harvick out of his car. Like quite a week for Kevin Harvick.
Very unfortunate. You'll have to make the trip to the infield care center in your time. Anytime you're out of the car, you'll make that trip in just a moment. As we get back
Green flag.
to racing, Tyler Reddick on the outside. Alex Bowman, who's been great on restarts at the start of this race, now has Reddick in front of him. We'll see how long. Also, Ryan Blaney up there fighting for that top spot.
What a move by Reddick to go down in front of that 48 and slow down. He needs to get the run, and that's actually put Alex in a bad position here. Now on the outside for third. You can see where the concern was for Reddick. Not much about the 12 car on the outside line behind him, but the 48 car, he knows it has pace. Bowman fighting back here, trying to take second back. The 1 car, Chastain, to the inside of the 22 for fourth. Gonna clear him and slide up the racetrack, try to take his line away. Makes the 22 have to lift off the gas.
It's chaos in mid-pack, isn't it, Drew? You're no part of like row 10. My goodness.
Chris Ravel in the 20. He was running right at the bottom of the racetrack, and now he comes up a little bit higher behind the 22. Spreading out all over this racetrack. You see the different lines. Moved by Brad Keselowski in the 6. He's got Denny Hamlin right behind him.
And this is the problem with the pit road penalties. Look at the mess that you're in. It's so easy to get into an accident right here. You're a playoff driver. You don't need to be putting yourself in these situations. 3 wide down the front straightaway. Here comes Truex on the outside.
He's saying, I'm not a playoff driver. I'm going to put y'all in very uncomfortable situations.
Yeah, 19.
Oh, Truex is in the wall.
Man, just trying to get a little bit too much. That hindsight feels so good, you want to feed it throttle.
Mark Truex Jr. was right up against the wall. That was that video game move we talked about at Darlington, but he was doing it here in Kansas.
Car Blaney's trying to keep this battle close here for the lead. As he gets a run down the back straightaway, he ran the high side a little higher than Reddick. Now Reddick to the top of the racetrack. Blaney with some real pace here. Almost up the side down the front straightaway. Has to tuck back in line. See what Reddick does down here, 1 and 2. He's going to take that top line away. He is. Blaney to the bottom of the racetrack. Not going to be able to make it work down there. Maybe grip down there, but the problem is down this straightaway. Look what's going to happen. Reddick's going to drive away from it. You're able to carry so much more momentum. Blaney drives into the corner, makes some ground up run at the bottom, then on corner exit. Reddick goes to the gas and then is able to pull away down these straights.
This time he stays within about a car length and a half, and Blaney right up to the top, but that line taken away. Blaney now with enough momentum to try the slide job on Reddick yet.
Yeah, I don't know if that's in the toolbox of the 12 car. Slide job. Not everybody can make it happen. And you can see down here in turn 3 and 4, the 12 a little bit offset. I think this is the corner where there's multiple grooves. That 1 and 2 really has just one line, and that's right against the wall. Not a lot of pace in the middle of the racetrack or the bottom groove. Now that Reddick has found this top, starting to work on it, starting to make it faster, make it better. Steve, you know, every time you go to the top, it takes you several laps really to perfect it. Once you get it right, hard to beat.
Yeah, very rhythm for sure. See some Joe Logano right here racing with the 45, trying to make a move on the 20 as well.
There's so much speed right against the wall, but it takes you a handful of corners really to understand how to perfect it. You won't really get much information from the spotters or on lap times. You got the lap time on the dash as well. You won't pay that much attention because you know that it's going to take you 3 or 4 corners to get it done.
Junior, I know we talk a lot about the drivers using the simulator, and how do you simulate even a new tire compound when you come to Kansas? Because this is different from what they've run here.
Yeah, the teams have all that information from Goodyear, plug that right into the simulator, and give the drivers an understanding of the difference so they can A and B it so quickly. Quicker than you can actually bowl a set of tires on a race car, they can flip the switch and say, here's the old tire, here's the new tire. The driver can kind of at least know what to expect. And this is what I was worried about with Joe Logano. Qualified well last week at Darlington, falls back a little bit, loses a little track position, whether on pit road or the racetrack, and does not have the car to recover. Each position he loses, he's back to 8th place now, battling for 7th with Buscher. Each spot he loses, it gets harder and harder for this team to recover because they don't have overall pace.
These two continue to fight for this spot right now, 7th and 8th.
Joey's one of the drivers that's complained this year about the cars are hard to pass. It's because his car's not good enough. There's other guys out there making passes. He just hasn't had the quickness in his car all year long to make these moves. Dave, what you got on the 22?
Junior, the problem he's having right now is he said, I cannot finish the turn. I get to the 2/3 mark of the corner, and it falls on its face. So that's what he's battling right now. As you mentioned, falling back to fight with Buscher here. Kim?
Well, after Kevin Harvick's incident, other teams paying attention to what does and doesn't work. Hear what Chase Elliott's team had to tell him.
I think right there by the fence, he had a lot of wheeling, and as soon as that 45 put up in front of him, I think jumped sideways, tank slapped it into the fence. So you just might want to be smart there. All 4 of those compromised positions and people are all merging.
Yeah, I mean, that was part of my thing there. I already had so much wheeling that I was nervous about hitting off the 2 and 4.
And this morning when I talked to multiple teams, they all told me off turn 4 was a concern for them, Parker.
Kim McCurry's racing there. The 18 of Kyle Busch has another issue in terms of being able to get going on the starts and restarts. He lost 6 spots on the initial start. On this restart, he restarted 12th all the way back to 16th, and now is having to work his way forward once again. Ben Bayshore told me that was their worry, to see if they had that fire-off speed, and they just have not had it. And guys, you know how tough it is. We're seeing how aggressive these restarts are because it's so hard to pass. You cannot be giving up 4 to 6 spots on every start restart. They're going to have to find some fire-off pace in 18. He looks good now from the outside.
Yeah, he's really had to carry speed later in this run, but that'll work great, Parker, if you get the right kind of race. If you get a short run at the end of the race and you can't fire off, it'll bite you.
Why is Larson going almost in the grass near the start-finish line? Trying to shorten that lap time, trying to get there with that speed, you know?
Right now, it could seem like the only people who matter are the loudest. Those who want to tear things down and then fly away on their own personal spaceships when things get hard. But we've got 182,000 people, and they're building big things, new things, things that will change the way we do things. And you might not know their names, but these people get up every day, working together to move us all forward.
Ray Magliozzi here. eBay Motors has 122 million parts. Hey, Dave?
Yep. Wait,
How are those new wipers?
they're small.
For parts that fit your vehicle, go to eBay Motors. Let's ride.
the season put on their shoes the easiest. Bill with regular shoes, or Claire with Skechers' new Easy Slip-ins. Go!
Done!
Skechers hands-free slip-ins go on easy and stay on. Let's check on Bill. Try new Skechers slip-ins.
When safe drivers save up to 30% on their auto insurance for not answering their phone while driving, they feel like a pretty big deal.
Steve, did you get the ice?
Even if they forgot the ice. Save up to 30% on auto insurance with USAA Safe Pilot. Get a quote today.
It's NASCAR Cup Series playoffs from Kansas. The telecast presented by Applebee's. I want to thank Geico for today's aerial coverage. A gorgeous day here in the heartland at Kansas Speedway, but not such a great day for racing. And Kevin Harvick, he's just come out of the infield care center.
And he's walked to the driver-owner line. Kevin, walk us through what happened out there.
Yeah, when those guys came up in front of me, the front end just took off, and I had a bunch of wheel into it. When I lifted to not hit the fence, it just, I wasn't expecting them to come up right here. And I was so close to them that the front took off, and I lifted and it snapped loose. So just way more push than I had anticipated.
How does this change your outlook for next week's race at Bristol?
Go in.
There you have it. Go win. There's the attitude headed to Bristol for Kevin Harvick, who's 14th.
Well, if anybody can do it, regardless of the year, Kevin Harvick has had a lot of must-wins that he ended up winning throughout his career in the playoffs. We'll just have to see what kind of speed that four-car can find Saturday night under the lights.
Yeah, he's a driver that you back him into the corner, and he'll find a way to get it done.
Yeah, he's comfortable there. You know,
Right.
Some drivers don't like that situation, but Kevin is perfectly, he doesn't want to be there, but he's perfectly content, comfortable with his back against the wall. He is
It's a
going to
good
go
ass
out
fucking
swinging.
cheeseburger, bro.
This battle right here continues with Logano and Buscher. Buscher can close in, can't pass on the bottom. It is so tough to make that work. Two cars, Cindric back there, almost getting in the fence off turn 2.
When we talk about the round of 16, the reason Reddick's at the top of this list, you win, you advance, and that's where he is right now. He's up front. The possibility of a win advances you into that second round.
And right behind this 2-car, you guys talked about it during the break, Rick Stenhouse Jr. Up to 10th place, he's drove through this field. This guy hit the wall in practice. Damaged his car, had a lot of problems. I didn't think they were going to have any pace this weekend. He ran 8th here in the spring race. Had good speed then. Brought it back for this race. Look how far he drives into the corner, trying to get alongside the 2 of Cindric. They would have carried some great speed right here. Almost gets to his left rear quarter panel. And it's not super smooth either. A lot of wheel movement in the corner. He's got his hands full trying to make this thing fly around this racetrack. A little slide job here up the racetrack. Oh, Cindric cutting some slack. Yeah.
He's going to complete that fast. And remember, we heard Brad Doherty in the Countdown to Green show talk about a driver, one of the hauler drivers for JTT Doherty, passed away earlier this morning. So they're racing for J.R. Haller here out there in 2017.
5 of Logano trying to make the pass as well. On Cindric behind Stenhouse here. Haven't heard much of Larson throughout the day. This is his kind of racetrack, though, running right around the boards. Larson doing the same thing to Cindric. It just happened to him a while ago. At some point, Cindric will fight back. Like at some point later in the race, he's going to stay in the gas and not cut on the slack that he is right now.
Cindric, the winner of the Daytona 500 to start off the season. We heard from him earlier today. He's hoping to get as many points as he can, collect as many points as possible to continue to move along in the playoffs. We take a look back.
Yeah, the 2 was, I didn't know if he hit the wall or not. Looks like he definitely did. There comes the 19 car as well. Cindric off the top of the racetrack. Now on the bottom, he's going to get ran down on this back straightaway. Big run from the 19. Truex is going to drive in, wondering where he's going to go. He's going to go tops. Truex is going to try to work this bottom here and get beside this 2 car down the front straightaway. Remember, Truex had that rear spin.
Chris Buescher.
Right rear spin on that 2 car. 17 car.
No, I think that was radio from the 17. I think he's made wall contact. He's coming to pit lane. You see the damage on the right rear. Concrete in the wheel. Damage to the fender well. We'll see if it's just tires, but it sounded like that radio was from the 17 talking about the right rear being bent.
Yeah, you're right, Steve. It was the 17 car. They're going to make a change on tires here.
And Steve, even though there wasn't a caution that came out, does this car go on the DVP?
So if you've made hard enough wall contact that there's damage, they'll put them on the damage vehicle policy. It takes a lap of minimum speed to reset that. We'll see if the 17 is able to do it as this 19 car continues to march through the field.
Truex with a little slide job there. I mean, that seems to be the only way to really pass if you can get a run on these guys. Look at Truex now, almost some contact. Maybe it was some contact with Logano down the back straightaway. Those two got a bit of history.
Another September 11th death.
Truex going to clear now. Truex is going for this.
I'll probably die on 9/11.
Got some great momentum on the top, down the front straightaway.
Truex has a very fast car. Had a very fast car at Darlington last week. Late race problem. They could have won that race. He's brought speed to this race as well.
Oh, Tyler Reddick has an
Reddick
issue.
into the wall, and now he is slow. Caution has come out.
Oh, man.
From the lead.
Just went.
I don't know if went means being a tire.
Right side. Looking at the front of that car, he's got a right rear flat. He does. And we saw a right rear flat.
Rear is definitely down for sure.
We saw a right rear flat.
Oh!
He's going to spin out here almost.
Keep her straight. Kept it off the wall.
We saw a similar issue with the 47 car during practice, guys. We get late to these runs, these tires fail. We had a lot of issues here in the race.
What's up with the tires this year? Man, I don't know. It's been an issue
There it goes.
all year. Like,
Getting the back of the car down, and they run really low air pressure.
I think we even
Good
saw some of it in the
there. They get a
clash.
little risky with some of that air pressure. Let's ride along.
Bro, I don't want to set up fucking home kit. I don't even know what that is.
That's a terrible sound.
Hang on.
Talk about
We got
that,
tire
Steve.
down, guys. We're
What
hard
these
on the wall.
guys are doing,
Hang on,
they're
hold
trying
on
to maximize aero on the back of this car.
Well, so the idea would be you're allowed to put camber in the rear suspension, but these sidewalls are so stiff because you're so short that if you tip the camber, the tire too
It's going
much,
to be broke in the rear. I mean, he nailed it.
you don't
Turn
actually
three.
get enough tire on the ground. So you want to get some air pressure out so you can have that camber and still have the entire tire patch on the ground.
And Steve, a change made a few weeks ago to the damage vehicle policy where they're going to add some time. So if this team does have to make some repairs, they got a little more time than they did in the past. Dave.
He just radioed the team as he exited. It feels like the right front is broken. Now remember, a lot of development went on by Goodyear after the May race where they did have the tire failures, but the teams were also advised, watch what you do with air pressure. And we heard Stenhouse after his incident yesterday say, well, I guess we know where the limit is now. Apparently here, we don't know
There's 73
exactly what
seconds
happened,
left. Panthers lead
but we can
24 to 23. That game's not over, bro. That game is not over.
As fast as it could be.
Well, so the 47 knows where the limit is, right, Junior? But the 8 doesn't. And he's not the-
It's all over the place. I'm going to crash this thing so going faster.
All right, so Reddick obviously just said that he has something still wrong. You mentioned the longer clock, Jeff. You have 10 minutes.
Watching the way he hit it, I mean,
I don't know, man. I think Reddick's done. I don't even think 10 minutes could be enough.
But it didn't hit as hard as the rear.
So we'll have to see. You know, normally when a rear toe link is bent, it's very clear that the car doesn't roll straight. Seeing how it's rolling reasonably straight, I'm thinking it's something in the right front. We're going to have to see, though. They're going to let us know here as he comes back around. You mentioned the 10-minute clock. Just a quick review. That's total time on pit road from yellow line to yellow line. This car has already pitted once. So he's 8 into those 10 minutes already. I'm guessing probably 40 seconds or so.
You see the note here, 9 Cup Series drivers had tire issues in May, but this is a different tire than what they had here in May.
Oh, and Junior, you and I, there was a couple races. We were so worried there was going to be tire issues, and then there was none. I'll be honest, coming here, I was like, oh, Teams has that figured out. It's no problem. You know, they knew what they had going on in the spring. They made adjustments, and then here we are, a couple flat right rears already.
Yeah, I think with this racetrack, and there's so much corner here, so much on throttle time, that the load in the tire is a little more significant than what we see in some racetracks.
Did you see how difficult it was for him just to get it to pit road? That would lead me to believe we're going to find out as they pop the hood. They're like, look, it's too much damage.
It's too much.
Yeah, they can't even get it done, Steve, in 10 minutes.
Kim.
And as cars make their stops right now, top left, Bubba Wallace, same complaint as the first run. Greasy racetrack needs more front turn, slight air pressure adjustment. He said, typical Kansas, he just loses it at the 3/4 mark.
And Kim Wright Lady inherited the lead there.
Tyler's car is pretty. Yeah, I mean he's done.
He said he was worried about his right rear as he gets a little blocked in by the 10-car America roll. The 20-car Christian Bell also loose. And Dave, you got an issue there for Alex.
Alex Bowman, 2 right side tires. Great.
Oh, Alex
time to
Bowman's
exit,
and
14
Briscoe.
Chase Briscoe was coming in. That strategy, great until
Austin Dillon, first off pit road, he only took 2 tires.
Strategy for Austin Dillon.
Yeah, Bowman took 2 and lost 5 spots because of that issue.
Die Hard. Good choice.
Only one I trust.
Imagine if everything had the reliability, durability, and power of Die Hard. Diehards choose Die Hard, and they get it at Advance Auto Parts.
After what you did to me, after what you did to your dad, a man's game pays a man's price. I'm gonna beat your...
Raw, live Monday at 8, only on USA.
Clark's equipment grew so big, so fast. It's gotta be because our machines run so great.
Every machine here runs great, but no one beats our value. It's less money.
Runs great.
Less money. Runs great. Less money.
If you need boomless backhoes or anything that can be used to push, pull, or dig on that job site of yours, come see old Clarky, and it's gonna run great.
Every great machine you ever wanted. Pull up.
Check out our inventory at clarkrents.com.
For everything we need, for everything we want, for everything we do. We're all better off with an ally.
Seems Reddick can't turn properly. Yeah, he's done.
Tonight on NBC and Peacock, Sunday Night Football from Texas. That's Tom Brady and the Buccaneers as they visit Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. Coverage beginning with Football Night in America at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Sucks when you have that happen from the lead, especially,
Just
you know.
need base hits on pit road. Well, that's not what happened with the 48 team and Alex Bowman.
48 team makes a strategy call, 2 tires. So as they drop to Jack to leave, he's going to turn out 14 coming in. My goodness, great heads-up play to not have contact. You see the tire changer.
No, they made
14 said,
contact.
Go ahead, get out of here. In my opinion, that's the 48's fault. The car coming in should have the right of way. Car leaving needs to concede to the 14 coming around him. That's how I always saw it. Greg Ives obviously clears him out of the box. Now, he might have thought he could get out in front of the 14 or thought the 14 would check up. Junior Burton, my thought was always coming in, head right away. Y'all's opinion on this?
Yeah, I think you're right, but the 48's focused solely on trying to, beat the entire field off the pit road with a quick 2-tire stop. So if they have to hold themselves in the stall, then obviously they're giving up all this time that they're trying. So I think in their mind they were stubborn. I think you're right that it's definitely they have to sit in the stall and wait for the 14 to come by, but a little stubborn on their part. Trying to get 2 tires and get out of there quick.
The most dangerous thing in the world is denial. You have to recognize the situation you're in. Here you see Tyler Reddick coming out of the car. The second playoff driver, Kevin Harvick, out after Reddick out after blowing right rear tire.
I'm sure Reddick's going to have to take a trip to the infield care center as well because of wall contact. I actually love that rule anytime. That way we can get these drivers checked out. You see Reddick continuing to drop. The disappointment will be real when he takes this helmet off.
Well, he came in 23 points above that cut line. Now, as they run, the stage isn't even over.
Right.
He's only +1 ahead. The field approaching the guy.
Green flag.
Now it's Austin Dillon on the outside and the 20 of Christopher Bell on the inside. That two-tire strategy has Dillon up front here.
Racing for some stage points right here. Austin really tight off turn 2. Stack it up behind him. Just guard did not turn the way he wanted it to.
Blaney taking advantage of the 3 up the racetrack.
Great restart for Stenhouse back there in the Sunny D car. Now frustrated where you're going to see him dive here to the inside, following Martin Truex Jr. Everybody lined up on the outside of the racetrack. All of them going around Austin Dillon.
Cole York kicked a 58-yard field goal and made it. Damn.
Oh, the 9 car, a little contact with the back end there, the 18.
Logano using that momentum on the high side. He'll come right up to the back bumper of the 48 of Bowman. Bowman goes down, and they're 3 wide for position behind him.
Yeah, Bowman tracked across the entire racetrack, taking air away from all of those cars. Now they're stuck 3 wide down into turn 1. Logano continuing to lose spots since the start of the race.
I'm sorry, Jude. I was going to say the 3 of Austin Dillon was 19th, so we'll see if this gamble pays off.
You mentioned the 47 car. Good battle right here. Blaney almost underneath Bell. Bell didn't give him much choice but the lift right there. He came down across his nose.
Great battle behind these guys, still going on for 3rd. Stenhouse to the bottom of the racetrack is going to clear the 19. Bubba Wallace trying to move in on this battle.
Good rebound for the 19. Mark Truex Jr. after we saw him running up against the wall. He's up here in the 4th spot. Again, Stenhouse Jr., Truex Jr., and Bubba Wallace, all not playoff contention drivers, but running up into the top 5.
At the start of this race, did you think the 9 of Chase Elliott and Kyle Busch would be working for some stage points in stage 1? I sure didn't. They rebounded really well.
But Danny Hamlin, talking about rebounding, he was way back there after that 1 penalty.
That pit road penalty, now he's running in the 11th penalty, or 11th spot.
Austin Dillon still back there in 8th, trying to claw away some stage points, trying to hang on for 5 more laps. Good battle for the lead here.
I'm surprised by the speed of this 12 car, Ryan Blaney. I didn't think Penske was really quick in practice. Thought the Toyotas and Gibbs boys would be quick, hard to beat. Blaney, though, showing a little bit more pace in this 20 right here. Just can't really find a way to get around him, working his lower groove. Back of the car moving around a little bit right there.
Tucks in behind him down the back stretch. It's Bell and Blaney, 1 and 2. And now the move to the bottom of the racetrack for Blaney, but not enough momentum. Parker.
I don't think this 12 team is surprised to see the speed out of this 12 car from Ryan Blaney, because they told me in practice, yeah, they didn't light up the timing sheets, but they were working on different things that you're seeing right here, running the middle of the racetrack, trying to utilize the bottom, doing everything off the wall to make that car work there so that they could pass cars and find a way to run an alternate line like you're seeing Ryan able to do now. And they felt like with the lap times they're running doing that, they felt like there was a lot of speed in that 12 car, so they're not surprised to see it up here battling for the lead.
Back in 3rd, Truex is clear of Stenhouse, see if he can run down this front 2.
The other thing that's happened is the 2 guys that took on 2 tires, Austin Dillon, he just fell to 10th, and Bowman all the way back to 14th. So the entire field is watching that right now, learning that 2 tires may not be the way to go.
Yeah, with a 9 car, great recovery. We had that radio earlier, very calm on the radio, but didn't like his car, how it was driving. He was outside the top 30. Jeff, to talk about that 2-tire strategy, I just want to
Sam, what up, Glenville?
The advantage of 2 tires are less. On the old system, it's about 6 seconds left to change only 2 tires. On this pit stop, 2.5 seconds left. So the advantage of changing 2 tires is not as prominent as it once was. I think that was a little...
Final lap of stage 1 here.
Yes, sir.
What if you win the race off pit road and you're leading?
Well, that helps, but it's proven with the 3 of Austin Dillon that tires are still too valuable. I understand what they were thinking, Dave, and you bring up a great point, but early in the race, I think the scary part for Bowman was what just happened, getting blocked in and losing that track position.
Points for Christopher Bell is what he was looking for. He's going to get
Christopher Bell wins stage 1.
Bell will win stage 1 in Kansas. Blaney finishing 2nd. Mark Truex Jr., Stenhouse Jr., Wallace in the top 5. Then Chase Elliott, Kyle Busch, Ross Chastain, Joey Logano, and Austin Dillon hanging on to a top 10 spot. Stage 1 is complete. but it was eventful to say the least. Kevin Harvick, the first of the playoff drivers to be eliminated from the race, and then the 8 of Tyler Reddick.
Toyota, let's go places.
So it's Friday night, and all of a sudden, boom, boom. The kid's like, Dad, who's that? And you get go, roar! Huh? It's a bit too aggressive, isn't it? Okay, yeah, sure, rewind it. How about this? Beg your pardon, but bundling your home and car insurance could save you hundreds. And then the neighbors are like, giant gecko? Huh? Who? The little girl. Hi, gecko. Well, what a commercial. Yeah, I know, right?
See how much you could save by bundling with Geico.
There are those of us who burn our calluses. We choose raw materials over ready-made. It takes a special kind of person to build their world from scratch. And a special set of tools. Northern Tools and Problem Solvers Paradise. There's nothing we can't find, fix, or figure out together. We're made for this. Start solving your projects today at northerntool.com.
Fuck, the Browns beat us? Yeah.
Spin with Bianca Belair, Montez Ford, and NASCAR legend Jeff Burton. You ready? Yes! Don't miss Monday Night Raw and
Red Sox still winning.
only on USA.
Stage 1 completed the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs from Kansas. Telecast presented by Applebee's. As we mentioned, going to break, 2 drivers in the playoffs already out of this race, one of those being Tyler Reddick and Kingsburg.
Pole sitter Tyler Reddick out early. What happened?
I had a flat tire. It's an unfortunate issue that's plagued us. It seems like we've had fast cars, we blow tires and crash them. So I don't know if I want fast cars right now.
Tyler Reddick there. You have the replay you can watch and get a look at what happened right there.
I thought we were done. My bad. Yeah, the left rear tire just blew. We've had a few times. There's not really. Well, I guess if Fontana was able to save it, we got ran over, but there it snapped at the worst possible point. We just killed the wall, broke the lever control arm on the right front. So yeah, our day was over. We leave here with not a lot of points, so we're gonna fight hard to Bristol.
Did you hit the wall before it happened or after?
No, I blew the tire and then I hit the wall.
All right, there's Tyler's story.
And pit stops taking place now. As
And you see
everyone on pit road.
Bubba Wallace, top left, still tight on that race car as they take 4 tires to Sunoco Fuel. Chase Elliott saying it's building free, but better that run could run the bottom with Will in it, Parker.
You see Ryan Blaney pinned there. He was feeling like the car was just getting a little loose. Christian Bell, the 20, whose leader there, was very happy with that race car. Continue to be happy with it. Felt like all they need was a track position, and they got
Austin
it.
Dillon wins the race off pit road again.
And the race off pit road, we have Michael McDowell.
Oh, sorry, that was Michael McDowell.
Front, but it's Bell, Blaney, Truex Jr., and Wallace also finishing up the top 5.
The all-new 2 for $5 menu at Sonic. Choose a Fritos chili cheese wrap, small jumbo popcorn chicken, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. Just $5. The 2 for $5 menu, only at Sonic or in the app.
There are those of us who burn our calluses. We choose raw materials over ready-made. It takes a special kind of person to build their world from scratch. And a special set of tools. Northern Tools and problem solvers paradise. There's nothing we can't find.
Texans and Colts going into overtime.
We're made for this. Start solving your projects today at northerntool.com.
The Barn Bar. The county's best hangout. Just got better. Here's the living smooth. With the always smooth, easy drinking Keystone Light.
There is a snake amongst you four.
It feels like we're being sabotaged.
Oh, she missed the road. Super sketchy right off the bat.
I'm not gonna stay if we're gonna go there.
Snake in the Grass, all new episode.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
You can never try it.
She's in the song. She's on the honor roll. She's just on the tape.
No way.
No way.
No way. My kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers.
Hi, yes, I need a locksmith. 3 hours. I'll be right here. Nice. Because I catch that, right? It is saving the day right now.
Good afternoon.
It was.
The Wells Fargo Active Cash Visa card. That's real life ready.
NASCAR on USA is brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need. Toyota. Let's go places. Northern Tool and Equipment. Start solving your projects today at northerntool.com. We're made for this. And by Applebee's. Help us crush childhood cancer. Let's go back down to the Peacock pit box, and we'll join Brad and DJ. And I tell you what, Brad, sorry to say this, but your guy is out of this race early.
Look, man, you jinxed me. You jinxed me. Man, I thought Freddie was going to win this thing, but after watching this round of pit stops, DJ, I mean, all of these mistakes, I mean, what's the excuse at this point in the season?
I think, Brad, the biggest thing is we talk about this every year. The pressure's not just on the drivers in the playoffs, it's the teams. It's those pit crew members trying to do their job as quickly as possible. And sometimes you try to go faster, you make more mistakes, and we're seeing a lot of that. We see 2 playoff drivers already out of here, others having to go to the back and make passes. A lot happening. But I want to ask you something. Did you have a talk with Ricky Stenhouse today?
Oh, yeah, man. Ricky's got them belts pulled tight, brother. He's looking good. My man's still in the race, by the way, Rick.
That's true. I think it was Bubba Wallace, right?
Ricky Stenhouse.
Oh, your man as far as driver. Okay, I was going to say, you chose somebody else to win this one, but that's okay.
How about the tape on the steering wheel right there? The old athletic tape, trying to give a little more grip. Ryan Blaney in the 12th car, though. Had to come back down to pit road and tighten the wheel. But this is what happened after the stage end drivers. What do y'all think here?
Like, Blaney was upset about something. I know he may have been upset at Bell, but I know he's upset about having to come down pit road. He came in, he was running second, had to come back. Bubba Wallace was running fifth. He's in the back now. The 48, the 1, the 11, all had bad pit stops.
Another great shot from the Coca-Cola pace car cam as we get ready to start stage 2. Michael McDowell and Eric Almirola making up that front row, and then 3 wide. Here comes Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
They're all on the mat, full throttle, accelerating through turns 1 and 2. Oh, contact checkup right there.
Oh, Chase.
Almost wrecks it. Chase Elliott.
Ruined Kyle's momentum, too. Thanks.
Middle now of 3 wide for second.
McDowell in that 34 and the 10 of Almirola, they stayed out.
I'm going to talk to this random mechanic's horny wife about your business. Wilson, you're going to need to fill her up. Wilson's wife, fill her up. Get it?
We're instantly going to see what new tires look like as the 19's going to turn to the bottom and with those fresh Goodyear tires drive right by McDowell on those 2 tires.
Mark Truex Jr. now to the point after a belt came off late in the race where Mark Truex Jr. was dominant at Darlington a week ago. He's back up front here in Kansas.
Pretty similar to Ford.
They had really fast car in practice. No surprise.
Looks like you guys are getting a
And these guys, they bring this kind of speed to all the races throughout the playoffs. Going to be a lot of what ifs.
Stopping by, Mr. Buchanan.
Yeah,
for
sure.
that
Don't
group.
tell anyone how bad I look naked. Have fun raising my basket.
I think you got a chip on their shoulder too, man. They showed you they belong in the playoffs. And they're still one of the best teams in the league.
Kyle Busch running right up against the wall, and now we see Logano moving up in that direction. And as he does that, the three of Austin Dillon ducks to the bottom of the racetrack.
Austin having it down in the corner, wasn't able to stay on the white line.
Mike McDowell now falling back to the fourth position after a little strategy play there.
Yeah, they're hanging on pretty good there with Michael's car. Yeah, Junior, you call this save for the 9. Look at this. It starts up front. They stack up the 20, but look at the 9 right there. I mean, that car's wrecked. He is out of the gas and sideways, but yet somehow doesn't
Caution.
wreck it. Caution has come out.
Oh, Ty Gibbs in the wall.
You see the 23.
He lost a tire. That'll be a 4-week suspension.
Was it a wheel tire or just a tire I saw pop off? Okay, just a tire. Ty got in the wall. Ty got in the wall coming off of turn 2.
Actually, maybe not, because it was just a tire.
Really slow off turn 2 and down turn that lap as well.
Hit the right front. When the 7 got him, it clipped him right front, hardest into the wall.
Both right side tires down, the right front completely gone. They don't run interliners with these new low profile tires. And again, Ty Gibbs subbing for Kurt Busch, who is out since Pocono, but not the way Ty Gibbs wanted his afternoon to end.
See right here. Yeah, a little bit of contact right there. The 7 car into the back of the 23.
You do not like Ty Gibbs, do you?
If we have it earlier, I believe the 23 is a little bit slow, and the 7 does not anticipate it very well. LaJoie gets in the back of it. I was watching the lap before and saw LaJoie get squeezed into the wall off of 2. I wonder if that had the frustration a little bit up. The old hockey fight. Got slashed at one end of the ice, you came down and dropped the gloves at the other end. Yeah, they both, that off, you're right, the lap before that,
Yeah, there's something going on.
Gibbs really slow off the corner. Just looked up and I saw everybody stacked up behind him.
A lot of attention.
This
being-
is
yeah, look
got
at
some
the
replay from the lap before, so let's take a look. Oh, that was the actual wreck that we just watched.
Pretty big contact right there.
Going to work on the right front now. Again, this is Ty Gibbs, 23. The driver swapped with the 45 going for a
Fuck to the
championship on
no.
the other side.
Why do you hate Ty so much?
Exactly sure what they're working on here. I mean, I see someone underneath the fender. I don't know if that's a flashlight or.
Not a lot of intensity on this work right here. It makes you wonder if they think they can't repair it or not.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was wondering, Jeff. Is it seems, well, kind of lackadaisical if they think they're going to get back out there.
And Corey LaJoie and the 7 involved in this.
And we continue to talk about how much pit road matters in trying to keep your track position, yet this field is being jumbled up every time the yellow comes out. Not just a few two-tire calls, but also just some issues getting on and off pit road.
Saw Kurt Busch's name on the windshield of that car. Can't help but think of him today. Won this race in the spring, not able to be here because he's injured. Really miss having him at the racetrack.
It's really yeah, we only saw the one of Eric Almirola make his way onto pit road. Maybe a couple more there at the tail end of the field. The 17 of Chris Buescher gets the free pass.
It's time.
Let's go.
Now streaming.
Lightning McQueen and Mater are hitting the road. Shoot, we're just getting started.
Lightning. Mater. Only on Disney Plus.
You picked the last 3 stops. McQueen! Mater! McQueen! Mater! McQueen! Behold, the majesty. The sign said, go good!
Cars on the road. Now streaming. Only on Disney Plus.
Oh, hey. Buying a car from Vroom is so easy. All you need is a phone and a finger. Just go to vroom.com, scroll through thousands of cars, then tap to buy. That's it. No sales speak, no wasted time. Just straight up great cars. Right from your phone to your driveway. Go to vroom.com and pick your favorite. Oh yeah, she digs it. Buy your car on Vroom.com. Vroom, get in.
You know what beats next day shipping? Getting it the same day. So shop Ace online and get free in-store or curbside pickup right in your neighborhood. Or get what you need delivered the very same day you order. Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
The all-new 2 for $5 menu at Sonic. Choose a Fritos chili cheese wrap, small jumbo popcorn chicken, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. Just $5. The 2 for $5 menu, only at Sonic or in the app.
Wouldn't safe drivers save up to 30% on their auto insurance for not answering their phone while driving? They feel like a pretty big deal.
Steve, did you get the ice?
Even if they forgot the ice. Save up to 30% on auto insurance with USAA Safe Pilot. Get a quote today.
Buckle up. The characters of NASCAR are on USA. All the action on the track.
History is going to be made.
All the drama behind the scenes in Race for the Championship.
The competition is incredibly fierce.
I just want to win. It's an all-access pass to the world of NASCAR like you've never seen it before.
If it was too easy, then anybody could do it.
Now on USA.
NASCAR fans, don't let anything pass you by. The official app of NASCAR Tracks lets you stay up to date on the latest race and event information from all your favorite tracks, like Kansas Speedway. Search NASCAR Tracks in the App Store to download for free. And make sure to elevate your performance in the totally reimagined 2023 Toyota Sequoia. It's ready to take on any adventure, from the campground to the racetrack. Visit NASCAR.com/Toyota Playoffs to enter for your chance to win one. Getting ready for the choose. As they come back, you'll see the lights go off the pace car. They'll be getting one to go.
We did push Ty Gibbs' car back behind pit wall. He is done for the day.
Got about 2 seconds to make the decision once you cross the start finish line until you have to go on the high side or the low side of that arrow. You cannot cross over the box.
The first 3 rows, it seems pretty even, 50-50, left to right. But as you go further back from that, it's like 2-1 to the outside. It's more and more difficult to restart on the inside line in the rows further back. Easier to get bottled up off 2 and lose multiple positions.
If you're a Kevin Harvick fan, this is not the view you want. You don't want to see your hauler pulling out while the cars are rolling down the backstretch. Only 94 laps into the race. Just kind of surreal to see that. I mean, and I know last week and a lot of conversations all week long, and I never dreamt that Kevin Harvick would be the first car out of this race. Then Tyler Reddick would follow him.
Yeah.
2 playoff cars.
So now Martin Truex Jr. and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. They are 2 non-playoff drivers right now, fighting to get a win here in 2022.
I'll be honest. So much has happened on and off pit road. I'm having a hard time trying to figure out who is good, who's not good. Who, so many cars you can cycle to the back. I think Truex, we've seen him drive through the field. The 47 the same. But no one seems to want to keep their track position.
McDowell holding his position. He's up there in 4th. Also a non-playoff driver, Eric Jones.
Green flag.
In the top 10 as they go up through the gears back to racing here in Kansas.
Good momentum in that high side. Multiple rows back. Going down the back straightaway. Good push from the 20 car into the back of this 19 of Truex. They still can't clear Stenhouse, though. Stenhouse fighting hard on the inside. Stenhouse, a little side draft's going to draw him even with Truex down the front straightaway. Almost nosing him out front, down into turn 1. About a half car length lead for Stenhouse. Here comes that 19 car off the top, down the back straightaway.
Joe Gibbs Racing freight train up top as Martin Truex Jr. has 20 of Christopher Bell behind him.
Stenhouse buries it down in the corner. He's going to push up. Have to lift off the gas a little bit. That's going to clear Truex here off the 4.
tried to take that lead on entry. Could not clear him and drive up the racetrack. Now he fends off in the battle from Christopher Bell. Look at that fast Christopher Bell. Drove that thing into one, trying to whip it on the top. Now the 47 of Stenhouse drove in front of him, took the air off. Bell had to lift. Now a run coming from behind with the 24 car. All that started with Stenhouse just getting in front of Christopher Bell. Pulled that air off the car. Bell had to lift, lost his momentum. But the 24 Williams not able to take advantage of it.
Here comes the 18, Kyle Busch. Right along with the Toyota onboard, and Kyle Busch goes to the bottom of the racetrack to try to pass William Byron.
Williams going to fight back on the outside again. Tough pass to make down in 1 and 2, but it is impressive what this 18 car's done today. Methodically, patiently working his way into the top 10, now to the top 5. Really, really fast, right up against the wall here. Marco, what you got on this 18?
Well, Dale, you pointed it out, right? At the start of the race, he dropped about 6 positions. The next restart, he lost about 4 or 5 positions, just could not get going. He told Ben Bayshore, I just can't go. Ben stayed calm and said, we're going to work on it. We've got a plan. A lot of it meant air pressure plans. And since then, in the last couple of restarts, he's been able to gain positions. We know he has a long run pace, and this is a good sign for the 18 car to be able to find that fire off speed. And Steve, you know how tough it is. You want to find that balance, but when you're giving up 5, 6 positions on a restart, you've got to do something. They found on 18.
Yeah, you just can't. We talk a lot about pit crews because it's obvious, it's easy to measure. But restarts, while they're a little bit harder to measure with the shoes and everything, you can't leave pit road in 8s or 9s or 10s, and then after a couple laps after a restart have given up 4 or 5 spots. It's just too hard to make those back up. Another guy having a quietly solid day, William Byron, currently running in the 5th again.
That's not how it started. That Chevrolet so plowing tight at the beginning. William could do nothing but run the top line. They've made incremental changes, including both chassis and air pressure.
I think Dom might be coming in a little bit.
William gave pretty good on balance.
If he isn't being a bitch.
All over the racetrack now. Byron currently in the 5th position.
I think he's coming after the Mets game.
At the start of the playoffs, only one top 10 in 18 races leading into the playoffs, but then had a really nice car at Darlington. And then, once again today, having a good car. You see a battle between the 1 of Chastain and the 45 of Bubba Wallace. Chastain's been duking it out. These guys back here, me and Jeff Burton, been pointing and carrying on. Watching this one car try to work through traffic. Been running guys really, really hard and trying on the turn 4. That 4 had Cindric all used up on the corner exit.
I've been nervous about Chastain. I feel like he's been second-guessing himself a little bit in these playoffs. Because of all the crashes he's been in, he has to just trust himself. He's got to send that thing in there like he's been doing all year long. That's what's got him to this point. It might make some people mad. That's okay. Playoff time. Just got to go do what he's got to do.
Chastain, man. I see Dave's the one we saw most of the year that was winning races and running up front. He's trying to fight back from some issues early on pit road.
And Jeff Burton just gave him justification. So the next time he does something to a driver, he's going to say, well, Jeff Burton said it's okay.
I like the pep talk. That was a good pep talk.
Yeah, you know, listen, you got to be who you are, right? And I haven't liked everything he's done, but it's been working for him. And it seems like when he started second-guessing himself, he didn't make those moves as confidently as he had in the past.
And now running in the 13th position, trying to take 12th away from Haley in the 31.
48 car, Alex Bowman trying to work his way back toward the front after some issues on pit road. Kind of stuck behind this 22. He's a lot faster than Joey. Been run up on him a few times with some opportunities to pass and can't make it happen. Dave, what you got on that 48 now?
Well, you'll remember that part of their issue falling back from a pit road incident was the choice on tires and then the release of the car. Listen to Greg Ives as he describes what happened.
That was pathetic on my part. Sorry about that. Stay focused in there. We got a fast car. We'll be okay. 10-4. Can't have that. 10-4.
Now, that was a pretty mild response from Alex Bowman. I asked Greg Ives about their communication and their laid-back manner this morning. Greg told me, even when we have mistakes, there's not a lot of finger pointing. That's what I love about this team. That's what I will miss about that team. Remember, Greg Ives has said this will be his last year on top of the pit box, and he'll miss things like today when Bowman didn't blow up, kept his head in the game, and they hope this year ends with a championship.
Right behind these guys is the 9 Chase Elliott trying to get around McDowell, who's done a great job, Steve, with this strategy to stay out on older tires. The 5 of Larson as well, trying to get around this 34 car.
Yeah, he does. He's just kind of resided to the fact that he might have a little less tires, so he runs around the top, keeps that momentum up. Even when cars pass him, he forces them to do it in a non-preferred lane on the bottom.
Dom's coming.
Saved him, from losing multiple.
Dom's coming over.
Somebody goes by. You see right here. He's like, Kyle, if you're gonna pass me, you're gonna have to go to the bottom to do it. I'm gonna run right here and around the top. Parker, how about the run for this 34 car?
Oh, it's great to see that, they got that track position, taking the 2 tires, and the team has been doing exactly what you just mentioned, pumping him up, telling him, and he's doing a great job with this strategy to hang inside the top 10, and that's the key, right? You're just trying to maximize your track position through this, and the team told me earlier today, they said, we've had a lot of speed, a lot of weeks, but sometimes we just lack the track position. If there's an opportunity to steal some, we're going to take it because we think we have the car speed to stay up there. If we can get that track position, Michael McDowell doing a great job right now. And the team pumped him up, right? As a crew chief, you got to do that sometimes as he knows he's going to lose positions here on a tire deficit. You just got to keep pumped up and tell him the bigger picture it's going well.
Larson able to get by Michael McDowell. And McDowell fighting back on the inside. Trying not to give up that spot. Truex Jr. and Stenhouse Jr. running 1 and 2 still. Those are 2 drivers that haven't won yet.
Double in the back straightaway. Stenhouse.
Oh, Stenhouse in the wall.
Talking about it. The caution comes out for the 47 of Stenhouse Jr. So again, tire issues for the 47.
Looks like another very similar issue that they had in practice. Same issue that we saw with Reddick. Parker.
Guys, he's been talking about all throughout this day how he's really hurting the right rear over the wall. He said the car was loose. He obviously had a ton of speed, but he was hurting that right rear. He blew that right rear in practice, and he just was on his mind throughout the last couple of runs about how they were treating that right rear, and obviously you see the failure there.
You know about the damage to the suspension, but this doesn't look too significant to the body. The tire does appear to be going in the right direction. Just have to see whether they need to replace any toe link or anything like that to be able to get him back on the racetrack and competitive again. They had a very similar accident in practice. They were able to repair this car, get him back on the racetrack, and now we'll take a look, see if this contact was real heavy or not. No, not really. So that's kind of like old Rich Petty used to say, I run on the fence because if anything happens, I don't have far to go to hit it. And he was close enough to the wall to where it was really an insignificant hit. So it might have saved this team a lot.
Jaden!
One thing I didn't like is you're right. He's up here by the wall. Blows the tire.
Dom is taking a shit as we speak, and then he will be coming over to this house.
Pit road is going to be a busy place with 55 laps to go in this stage. It's now inside the fuel window. Every car on the lead lap should be coming into pit for a set of tires.
We're going to watch football afterwards.
And William Byron on your top left told the team he's fighting grip on the front end of the car during the short run, grip on the rear end during the long run, just a slight air pressure adjustment. As you see Sunoco fuel going in, that chassis adjustment, 4 tires, Parker for the 24.
Christopher at the top right of your screens there in second. Very happy the race car just can't seem to find a way to pass. They have speed, they continually have some of the fast lap times. He just can't find that pass. Mark Truex Jr. very happy that race car and that team is out for vengeance right now, Dave.
Joey Logano saying much better there. I can compete now. They will reduce the air pressure in the right side tires yet again because it seems to be making a positive effect.
You know, when the cars come down pit road, there's a lot of scuffed right rear quarter panels. I know they don't damage quite like the old car, but a lot of contact with the wall running the top.
TJ Watt tore a pectoral muscle. Well, they think.
The free pass going to the 17 of Christopher Buescher.
Christopher Buescher. You know, I did the Christopher Buescher thing before anybody else did. Before Dale Jr. did it. I said Christopher Buescher before Dale Jr. ever did. You go back, I don't remember if it was my Pocono or my New Hampshire video, but one of those videos
But honey, you should really
I
think
said
about practicing safe spending with Amazon. You get low prices on everyday
This pack is torn.
plus free shipping on millions of items. Do you have any questions?
What is bang for your buck?
You know the ways to save with Amazon.
But who do they rely on? Verizon is the #1 network choice in public safety. Verizon Frontline, the advanced network and technology for first responders.
2 Sonic Chop House cheeseburgers coming up.
Adding the crispy onions.
Spreading the Chop House aioli.
Sonic Chop House cheeseburger, ready for pickup.
Thursday.
Pit crews are going to make mistakes. It will happen.
What we didn't see at NASCAR at COTA.
Trouble with their pit stop.
Damn it. No more time. You're going to get off pit road.
Is there better?
There's always something.
Race for the championship Thursday at 10 on USA.
Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Allergies just try to stop us being the greatest versions of ourselves. Allegra lasts up to 6 times longer than Benadryl. So trees, you won't take us down.
Allegra starts working 2 times faster than Claritin, so dust, you won't wipe us out.
And unlike Zyrtec, Allegra won't make us drowsy. So fur, you won't phase us.
Take Allegra before your allergy symptoms take over you.
Live
your
greatness.
And new Allegra Hives works from the inside to relieve itching and reduce hives for 24 hours.
Introducing the all-new 2 for $5 menu at Sonic. Choose 2 classics, the Fritos chili cheese wraps, small jumbo popcorn chicken, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. Just $5. 2 for $5 menu only at Sonic or in the app. Welcome back to Kansas Speedway, the Hollywood Casino 400 underway. Still 52 laps to go in stage 2. And issues for the 18 and the 3 on
What
pit
the
road.
fuck?
And the 99. Daniel Suarez as well. 3, 99, and 18 all have equipment interference. So
God
they
damn
have some
it.
Issues. The 19, you see Truex right there. He had to come in a second time to tighten a left rear lug nut. So the pit road woes are continuing for all of these playoff drivers. This is crazy.
Yeah, second race of the playoffs, and already so many teams have been involved in issues on pit road. And of course, the 4 of Kevin Harvick and the 8 of Tyler Reddick out of the race already because of wrecks. They go 2 by 2 once again as we get ready for the restart. There'll be 51 laps to go in stage 2. Listen into the radio on the 18.
They call this for equipment interference. We're going to go tail. What? I get what it means, but what exact?
So let's take a look. 18 car comes down. He's already on his pit stall to run around the left side. Watch this area right here. I want you to watch when this tire comes off. It needs to go to the wall. Flops. Oh, man. Goes back to the pit stall behind him. Interferes with the car behind him, the 38 car. That is the penalty on the 18.
Green flag. Yeah, TJ Watt, they say he has a pectoral tear.
Cars crashing into
Oh, big crash!
outside wall.
And right away the caution comes out. Harrison Burton involved in the 21. You see Corey LaJoy in the 7.
Jesus.
The car also up in front of these 2.
Yeah, it's killed the right rear.
I'm not sure what started it. I'm not sure the 7 was involved. I think he got collected with the 21. Looked like there was contact before that, best I can tell.
Looked like a lot of cars getting 3, 4 wide. In fact, in the second half of the field, there was multiple contact.
Oh, the 7, the right side of the 7 is jumping.
They all went up into the outside wall really hard. This 10 car of Eric Almirola as well was collected. Minimal damage there to this car.
Right front tire looks to be down on Albert.
Bro, this has been a long race, and we're not even at halfway yet. This is fun.
Watch up here in front.
I'd like to see us maybe have like somewhat of a green flag run. Oh, we have, but
Right there, and then behind them as the 43 sort of the meat in the sandwich. Clips the 10, the 10 goes spinning. So a little contact on both front corners of the 43 of Eric Jones as well. They'll need to take a look at hard contact with outside wall with the 21 of Harrison Burton and the 7 of LaJoy.
not sure what made Burton crash.
So the 43 is kind of
This looks like a bunch of people made contact, and then
It just
Yeah, it was just a bunch of contact.
A lot of cars. I mean, we see it time and time again on the restarts here. So wide getting into turn one. Everybody really just goes where everybody isn't. You end up going into the corner 3 and 4 wide.
And you see Eric Jones, he's looking ahead, seeing that happen, and he turns left, just trying to, I'm not sure what he was looking for. He turned left, got into the 21, and then it all got going. But, you know, when everybody starts checking up in front of you, you're trying to avoid a wreck. It's not always everybody's completely under control.
So Denny Hamlin and the 6 of Brad Keselowski. Brad's trying to stay under the 12, but Denny doesn't know that. That's how that contact begins. A couple of cars checking up and whatnot, and then you have this.
I see wrecks like this. I'm so thankful I'm not a spotter, because I don't know how you make any sense of what just happened.
Right? I mean, right, Junior? Like, yeah, I mean, they're checking up, but everyone's
Eric Jones has
spot,
not too much damage.
Well, that's what most every restart looks like. Just somehow it works 80% of the time.
Yeah.
You know, every time they go to turn one, I think they're going to wreck. If you lifted every time you thought they were going to wreck, you'd run last. So if we see that accident again, Keselowski believes that he is in position to be on the inside of Blaney. He's not really on the inside of Blaney, but he's going into turn one with the intention of not following Blaney, but be all set to the left. Denny, looking at his peripheral vision, sees Brad on his right and Blaney out ahead of him, believes that Brad is clear enough to go up behind the 12. Starts moving up the racetrack. Brad does not move up behind the 12. Right there, Brad does not go up behind the 12, and Denny thinks that's where Brad's going to go naturally. They make a little contact, kind of gets everybody kind of checking up, doing different things behind them, and creating a crash.
But you saw that replay right there, and I kind of had forgot about it. The 18 kind of scooted through the 99. You know, these playoff guys, they're going to keep cycling to the back with these mistakes. One of these times, they're going to be the car here with the side torn off it. You got to try to stay out of the mess the best you can. You see huge damage to the 7. Broken right front, left front. This car is retired for the day. Too bad. I thought he qualified decent, was running okay, having an okay day. The same thing for the 21. Just can't seem to get anything going for poor Harrison. Every racetrack, he's trying to get some more experience at. Shortening the day for Harrison doesn't help in his rookie year. He needs to try to run all these laps. And then Eric Jones, last week's winner, how quickly it can turn.
And Eric is going to stay on the racetrack. A couple more cars behind him, the 18 of Kyle Busch and the 3 of Dylan coming down pit road. Interesting that 43 doesn't come to pit road to work on that damage, Parker.
Yeah, the 18, though, does come down pit road after being at the back for that penalty they received for the interference. And Kyle came on the radio and said, hey, if we're at the back, do you want to work on it? And Ben Bayshore said, sure. So they're going to do some front-end adjustments on this 18 to try and get it better. He's just been complaining that the front end is numb on this car, so they're trying to get it into the racetrack a little bit with some front-end adjustments already at the back.
4-tire stop for the 18, and then we'll get back out on the track. We will recycle, and we'll try another restart when we return.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us. From the feelings that move us, to the places that pull us, on the roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Bending down and put on your shoes? Kind of a pain in the ass, but with new hands-free Skechers slip-ins, it's a thing of the past. Just step in and go without bending down, and without even touching them. Plus, they're machine washable. Try new Skechers slip-ins.
Toyota, let's go places.
We all rely on them. But who do they rely on? Verizon is the #1 network choice in public safety. Verizon Frontline, the advanced network and technology for first responders.
There are those of us who earn our calluses. We choose raw materials over ready-made. It takes a special kind of person to build their world from scratch. And a special set of tools. Northern Tool's a problem solver's paradise. There's nothing we can't find, fix, or figure out together. We're made for this. Start solving your projects today at northerntool.com.
Whatever happened to Chucky? Oh, I hate that doll.
When do we get to start stabbing people?
Fat nigger.
Whoa. I'm on live, bro. I'm on live, bro. You trying to pull a Nick Haynes?
Yes. Okay, but Nick said it in like a bad way.
I'm pretty sure the internet doesn't, like, really look into that. They just see that you say the word. Who cares? You'd probably double down on it. You'd be like, damn right I just said that word. What the fuck?
Kyle. Spoiler 2 into his box, and that's interference. Like, you have to give. I also had to go out and around the guy's leg from the
Come on.
in front of me. I mean, like,
Yeah, I even tried to pick some of it up for you, but even then.
You made me feel good about how I keep my basement.
What?
You made me feel good about how I keep my basement.
Yeah, but it's not much better.
Oh, I think it's significantly better.
We're gonna see it, and we're gonna freeze it.
You're pulling the fucking hoarder shit when you just have a path.
2 tires right there. Well, this tire I'm gonna put X on. This is the 38. That's totally fine. This tire completely in the way on the nose of the 38. That's the 18.
Yeah, it's been a pretty wild race so far.
I know he doesn't.
We're not even
like
at
it
halfway
from
yet.
behind the wheel, and I hear what he's saying about missing other crew members, but in my mind, that is clearly interference.
The Mets
And we're-
beat the
we're- I see
Marlins.
some consistency here with the calling. Here's the
Last I
99.
checked, the
Look at
Braves
that
were
right there.
also losing.
I know the Phillies and the Nationals are in a rain delay. They've been in a rain delay for like 3 hours now.
No one liked uncontrolled tires, including me. Was the guy touching it? Was he not touching it? All this is foolish, black, gray area. Now it's real simple. Control your tires. If you don't control them, no big deal. Until they start interfering with other people.
Yeah, then Phillies have been in a delay since like 2:30.
I like the adjustment to the rule. I like how it's being enforced.
A lot of issues already.
Gray flag.
With just 45 to go in stage 2, this is the second race of the playoff. And again, they fan out.
Oh, Yankees are beating the race
As
for
they go to
once.
turn 1.
10-1.
Restarts are insane today. Almost
Jesus.
3 wide every time.
Mariners are still winning 1-0. Go
Even the
Mariners.
last stage yet.
Teammates Bowman and Byron running 1 and 2. Back here, 3 wide for position. Chase Briscoe fixing it up there in the 14.
Yeah, the hood, the front of the hood on that 14 car every now and then.
There's even on Sunday Night Football tonight.
It's gotta be something good, right? First Sunday.
Yeah.
Fighting 3 wide down the back straightaway. Logano's going to clear just barely now.
Bucks and Cowboys.
Oh, that'll be good.
Is he missing a hood pin? Is that what
And then
we were
tomorrow's
seeing?
Broncos, Seahawks.
Yeah, best I could tell, that third hood pin over. It looks like it's bouncing around. I think NASCAR, normally in this situation, just let the crew go. They'd like to see it fixed over the next pit stop. Yeah, I mean, it's barely moving. I don't, nowhere near.
Bro,
enough
my
reason
room
to have
is
a
so
black flag,
bad.
But definitely inform the crew. Hey guys, we're gonna give you a chance. Next
been
pit stop,
better.
let's go ahead and put that pin in.
And all of a
Is
sudden,
Nick working late?
all of a sudden, Hendrick
Yeah.
Motorsports first,
Until
second,
midnight
third.
late?
Yeah.
God damn.
Chase Elliott right now fighting for position with Logano. So Logano is taking that 3rd spot away from Chase. Briscoe running back in the 5th position. Bowman and Byron 1 and 2. Want to take a look at the Xfinity fastest lap. It's for William Byron in the 24.
I want to see how I'm doing in.
Fastest lap.
Yeah.
I'm doing pretty good. I'm winning both right now. Still a lot of games left. My receivers did great. 27 and 26, and then my running back did 26, and then the other one just started.
I'm beating Ian right now.
I'm beating Uzbekistan Buckaroos.
Who even is that?
I think it's Logan's dad. Yeah, it is. Ken Daly.
And Bell staying right on his door.
They're going to be 3
In the
wide
other
right here.
league, I'm
Spotter's got to be
pretty
working
close.
hard.
Well, yeah, mainly the thing that's been pushing me ahead of Ian is Lamar Jackson. Oh my God!
You wonder if Larson knew there were 3 wide that entire time. They'll say, oh, here we go. Cindric's tired. Just getting
Fuck
squished.
Syndic. Fuck you, Syndic. Suck my cock, bitch.
That time. Saw it early in the race a couple times. That time he said it's not going to happen. I'm staying right here holding
I still
my
have
spot.
a few people who haven't played yet.
This is deja vu all over again. Larson on the bottom. Bell stayed a little bit higher that time. Those two still fighting it out for real estate. Bell with the advantage. Larson trying that low line, and here comes Ryan Blaney in the 12 into the picture.
Bell's car just not quite as strong as it was earlier in the race. He does make the pass. Trying not to give up the position here to the 12 car now. Gonna focus forward and try to run down this 2.
What?
Go back and look at that action off turn 4. 3 wide. Larson on the bottom. Look at Bell.
Slept on it
And
wrong.
Cindric. Right here, see Larson coming back up the racetrack.
You want to know another very white thing to say?
Yes.
Let's get a bite to eat.
Oh,
This right here, guys.
that's pretty weird.
Playoffs.
Which game is that?
Cardinals.
Don't give up any positions as Ross Chastain
I have the
now
Cardinals
working
running back.
on Bubba Wallace. Chastain in the 1, Bubba Wallace in the 45.
I think NASCAR's that boring that you have to watch football.
I can watch both.
Bubba running to the 11th position now.
I want Larson to win.
Chastain running the
These
bottom.
4 seconds are
Now, that 34.
We're almost at halfway.
Right behind him on McDowell.
Still a long way to go.
Trying to run that white line, it doesn't work. You lose so much. momentum.
Hit it, Dom.
They were keep him behind him, though.
No. Nicotine is stupid.
Right in front of Chastain. And McDowell is Justin Haley and Bubba Wallace. And I think a shout out goes to Justin Haley in the 31. He has put together a pretty good race up to this point.
Nice job all year.
Right there in the 10th position. Bowman still out front.
See, I like to see the Chiefs lose, but also fuck Jeter, so...
Let's go through the field.
Why don't you like the Chiefs?
Applebee's.
Because they beat the Bills.
Oh my God, you're one of those fans.
I don't like hate them, I like seeing them lose.
Familiar with this weekend.
See, I can get that for like the next year. Like yeah, it's like I kind of want the Astros to lose for like this year because they beat us last year, but like next year I'll be over it. Like if you're still hating on the Royals, bro, like it's been 7 years. It's been 7 years.
It's hard to hate them because they're so like irrelevant now.
Yeah.
Bad.
If they ever lost the track position, they have found more pace.
Fuck the Braves. They can suck
Oh yeah, I agree. Well, I don't agree, but like I see why you think
William
that.
Byron, this race car has been a project all weekend long. That's because they didn't feel like they had a good notebook from the spring. So they went off the number 5 car's notes. Rudy Fugo told me that the practice was not great. They were just okay. They made some adjustments. Those
Hard Dick is out
adjustments
already.
went back. So they came into this race
Truex missed the playoffs.
Yeah.
Did you not? I saw that on fantasy and they didn't have a playoff banner next to him. Really?
No, it honestly is kind of stupid because he's like, well, at least I think coming into the playoffs, he was like 5th in actual points. I hate the playoffs so much.
But he didn't have the one win, so he got booted.
Yeah, well, Ryan Blaney didn't, but he had the most points of people who didn't have a win. So there was only like 1 spot available for people who hadn't won.
Chase LA's woes last week collected Chase Briscoe, and he ended up with a 27th place finish. His
Kurt Busch, since he's still out, he had won.
Still out?
Yeah, but he just like he probably could have been back for like maybe next week.
Yeah.
But he was like, I don't want to like I have too much respect for NASCAR to like kind of waste a playoff spot.
Right.
So he just like opted to sit out of the playoffs.
The main complaint Austin has had all day long, Parker, just way too tight. In fact, stupid tight, Austin told his team.
And Kimmy's trying to hold off Christian Bell. We saw how tight that got. But relax, at Dodge and Christian Bell's team had a very solid day, but they lacked on the restart. Today, they won a stage. They've been good on the restart.
restarts, but now they've just been struggling to pass. That has been a constant throughout this race. As you see him trying to work a pass there on Austin Cindric, he just has not been able to find the line and the groove that allows him to get by the cars in front of him, making speed up top. Behind him, Ryan Blaney. Last week on the final stop, he came down in the top 10 position.
I told Becca that I was gonna rip her dick off.
Because Jonathan Hackford thought they had a loose
She was like,
wheel.
do it.
It wasn't loose. Today they had to stop once again up in the top 3 where they had to come down at the same time. Guess what? The wheel was loose. They got that tightened up. That's some of the calls these crew chiefs have to make in the playoffs with these loose wheels. And behind him, Kyle Larson in the 5 cars. Said the team told him they need to get better restarts. They also had this.
Oh, so Bubba Wallace is in the 45 now for the rest of the year instead of the 23. Because like they want to get like owner's points is pretty much like points for the car itself. So like since Kurt Busch is out, they wanted like to get points for that car. So it's hard to describe, but just a business thing.
Even touched him a little bit, Dave. That's serious side drafting.
Parker, let's slide back to 16th position and Denny Hamlin. Recall how his day has gone. An interference penalty on pit road and then a slow pit stop from the crew. Denny was not happy with it.
He has 34 penalties this year.
For pit road?
Yeah. There hasn't even been that many races. Maybe it was 24. I might have heard it wrong, but it was either 24 or 34. Oh, what the fuck?
Kyle Busch, another issue.
Are you gay?
And we saw on the right side of that car, it looked like he had hit the wall.
That's what you deserve, damn cheating Toyotas.
Damn cheating Toyotas. Bro, your tire
exploded.
Adjustments.
And just out like he's on a Sunday drive, which he is, but
so I wonder if
it's every fucking race now.
Focus off the wheel to quit doing damage. Let's see what happened here, guys.
He's up against the wall and just trying to make speed on corner exit right there. The car starts coming around on him.
These tires fucking suck. Yes, they do.
That pulls the tire off the wheel right there.
Jeez.
Through the white paint also.
Yeah, so I was thinking flat.
That paint must have gone on today, because the car just got covered in paint.
Great shot of it.
Yeah, the grass grabbed. It blew right there. It blew right before it got to the grass.
And then he was swerving, and you think he was trying to get like what was left of the tire off the wheel to quit doing damage, because you could hear it banging around underneath that right rear.
It would happen.
Down the back straightaway.
Oh man, you can tell all the way through that corner. He wasn't really ever committed full throttle. You could hear the throttle like changing, throttle position changing because of the balance of the car being so loose.
Pit road is open.
This is stupid.
Drivers down pit road in front of Kyle Busch. Yep.
Yeah, and as those drivers make the stop first, Chase Elliott, top left, he said he can keep the tires in the groove and under the car. That's the best they've been all weekend. Alan Gustafson said
We
four
should
tires
go to
no
Bristol
fuel.
next
His
week.
teammate, top right, that's William Byron, said he was using right rear grip
Yes.
control on that 24 days.
I'm not giving you a choice.
Tighter than I want to be in small vibration. We'll see what comes off of this car in terms of tires. As for Jordan
Okay, well, I can take your car.
Going the same direction. Maybe
You would not make it to Tennessee even if I did.
What?
You wouldn't make it to Tennessee even if I did.
Even if you did what?
Give you the car.
What do you mean I wouldn't make it to Tennessee?
You'd probably crash.
What do you mean?
You'd probably crash.
No, if there's like some fucking driving instructor down there breathing down my neck, then maybe I would. But
out on the track. He's the reason for the 8th caution of the day.
I would treat it very well.
COVID-19 moves fast. And now you
Why are there
can
still
too,
COVID
by
commercials?
asking your healthcare
Can we shut the
provider
fuck
if
up
the oral
about it?
It's
treatment is
literally
right for
over.
you. Oral
Like,
treatments can be taken at home and must be taken within 5 days from when symptoms first appear. If you have symptoms of COVID-19, even if they're mild, don't wait.
Dom. He shits for long. Yeah, he did take quite the long shit.
Well, no, my mom came home and had to yell at me for something.
Oh.
COVID-19 moves
Red
fast.
Sox beat Orioles 1-0.
And then my Renzo made a cake, so I didn't see that.
What you probably didn't know is that we're in the business of making you happy.
We believe buying a car
Kansas
should be
City
something that gets you hyped up. That you should be empowered to shop when you want, where you want, wearing whatever you want. And that your new car ought to come with newfound happiness and zero surprises. So we promise that we'll treat you right. We'll put you in control.
I think this is the first year in a while where I don't have any fantasy players on the Chiefs.
We'll drive you happy.
I can't have any either.
The Cowboys have never.
Well, they all go
beaten
quick.
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And look who's coming to Dallas for Game 1. Here we go, Bucks. Cowboys.
You've got Verizon Home Internet. Now, we're making it even easier.
China needs the COVID ads. It's bad in China. Exactly. Show it to China, not us. China doesn't matter to me, though.
For 4 lines. Start saving now with Mobile Plus Home discount. So gain more, watch more, and save more. Switch now. Add Verizon Wireless and add up your savings.
Yeah, COVID's like over.
Only on Verizon.
Like even people who aren't vaccinated at work are not wearing their masks anymore because just nobody cares.
Hi, yes, I need a locksmith. Hurry up. I'll be right here.
I saw someone at Walmart fucking wearing one shopping.
Nice. People say cash.
Every time, I can't take people seriously anymore if you're still wearing a mask.
It's not even like they were old. They were like a young person that COVID wouldn't affect.
Yeah.
Are you doing it for you, or you think you're like a higher being because you wear a mask?
Yeah, right.
Today's Zero coverage brought to you by
It was Matt's friend. He was like said hi to Matt. I'm like, I didn't say this, but I was like, I'm sorry, Matt, but I hate your friend because he's wearing a mask.
Playoff drivers having issues on pit road. A couple playoff drivers already.
Why are people still wearing them?
Kyle Busch spinning.
If I had a business at this point, I would just like say no masks allowed because people could just wear them to try to rob the place and you can't identify them. I saw that. I was at like a water park like a month ago, and one of the slides said like no masks allowed.
Right now he's running 30th.
Do you wear one on a water slide? Just
No, like people that fucking stupid that they would do that.
yeah, I know.
In 31st, so yes.
So we're the only car one lap down. It'll be about 22 to go when we get it.
He can make it all the way to the next caution and get that free pass and be back on the lead lap.
And Rick, with 8 cautions already today in the chaos on pit road, I hope you have a documented line by line of exactly what's happened to everybody, because it's been a lot to keep up with.
Well, a lot. And you have playoff drivers.
In lower leagues of soccer, you still see refs wearing masks. It's ridiculous.
Kevin Harvick, Tyler Reddick both wrecking out of the race.
Another thing to keep in mind, what 8 cautions have also done is required a lot of pit stops.
Baltimore and Toronto had benches clear. Huh?
7 stickers and a 7
Baltimore
spots.
played the Red Sox
Most
today.
of the leaders' general statement is they've all pitted 5 times. So 3 sets of tires left with 126 to go.
There's no Toronto team.
You know, this is that anxiety. The crew chief
He
is gonna
could
start
be
having
stupid.
26 at the end of that stage. You start the next stage with 2 sets.
Or maybe he meant
That doesn't
cricket.
feel awful.
Oh yeah, did your cricket teams have a brawl today?
MLS soccer or some shit.
Oh yeah.
Number 8 cautions already. If you're curious, there were only 8 cautions in the entire race in May that was held here earlier this year. And
Oh, yeah.
drivers starting to choose, and Bowman chooses the inside.
Already matched the cautions of the first race here this year. Just past halfway.
Go Bubba!
A lot of guys looking at outside though. Chase
Go Bubba, let's piss off them NASCAR fans.
He's in the playoffs, right?
No,
Oh, then he.
Steve, you mentioned all the
Why?
trouble that
because you didn't win or have enough points to get in.
3-car Boston Dillon pit road penalty, 4-car
What?
and the 8-car
What an
both
idiot.
are crashed. Now the
Yeah.
race, 11-car pit road penalty, 12-car Louisville, 14 pit road penalty.
Except
18 pit
this
road penalty,
this
and
thing says he is in the
28
playoffs,
contact
which is
on
just
pit road,
wrong.
not a pit road penalty. There you have it.
Did he get that Mickey Mouse to win, or was that last year?
That follows last week.
Fuck off.
2x2 once again.
You're one of those fucking people.
Just how chaotic they are here at this racetrack. Guys trying to get on the outside, guys willing to go to the inside.
Give it to the running back.
4 wide.
So I can get the
Running
race.
backs are
Big
cool.
runs coming from behind. Drivers willing to do anything with them. You need a great spotter.
Also known as a
to be able to handle
halfback.
some of this stuff.
No, it's a fucking running back.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Halfback, fullback, I don't give a shit. Running back.
I don't know why Madden says halfback.
Depends on where they play, I think.
Coleman and Byron making up row one.
Well, running back and halfback is the same thing, but there is like a such thing as a fullback.
Right on the back bumper of the
I think it's the same guy, he just plays farther
out of the
back.
gas. And that
Yeah.
allows the 22 of Logano to move up to the outside.
Logano's got a big run and a push from this 9-car Chase Elliott down the back straightaway. Both of them trying to clear the 20 of Christopher Bell.
3 wide, look right there. 4 wide, yeah, 4 wide now.
Denny Hamlin around the top.
Oh boy, Denny Hamlin around the top.
Denny on the outside of that 2-car back there. Bubba Wallace on the inside.
Well, Mars, I'm next from
Ryan Blaney was on the bottom of that 4 wide, but he is shot
We
out
love Dale Jr.
underneath the 9 even of Chase Elliott.
Damn
So
rednecks.
Blaney trying to make the pass on the 9 of Chase Elliott. Not going to be able to clear him there.
You guys discussed and choose that 9 chose the third lane.
They
on
paid
top.
Kyler
Christopher
way
Bell
too
went to the
much.
bottom.
Oh yeah.
Now running against Chase Elliott. Denny Hamlin
Oh, did he
down
just...
and
You probably would have made more money in baseball.
slides up the racetrack. Now
Well, actually, not play for the A's.
Not, and then not with the contract he just got. He get like $40 million a year, I think.
Really?
It sounds
That
stupid.
much?
Look it up. It sounds stupid.
Driver drives for him. Come on, man, cut me some slack.
45's too fast. Cut slack today.
Heck yeah, Bubba Wallace going.
Yeah, I want to see his
What he's
contract.
supposed to do.
Saw Ryan Blaney was going to look to the inside of Bubba as Bell moves off of the 22. And just in front of Logano.
Bubba fighting back on the outside here.
230.5 million.
Almost clears the 12.
What's
He
the
finally does. Denny gets
5
big
years?
run. Blaney tries to fill that hole, not allow Denny to get there. Denny on the bottom though is going to be in a bad position off the corner.
46.1 million a year.
Oh, God. Why? He's not that good.
Not to the end of stage 2. We're already getting frustrated with each other. A lot of racing left to go.
But he can play baseball also.
Fucking do
Right here
both.
between Chase Elliott and Logano down the
Honestly, that's
front
enough
straight.
to,
Little
yeah.
side draft there is gonna draw
That's
him
how
into
much
turn
money,
one.
like,
Dive into the corner.
you would
No
make
slide job there.
if you were like
Christopher
really good at
Bell on
both.
the front of him.
Probably make like, yeah, like 23 million
On the
each
bottom,
contract.
just 22 down the back straightaway.
Bad how these restarts, how crazy they are. Contact all over.
I wonder if somebody could do that.
There it goes. There.
Play both football and baseball like
Jones lucky to
full
get
time.
there in one piece.
I mean, you'd miss the Sunday baseball game, but
They struggled today. Back half of the field.
yeah, I wonder how he did it. Like, did he do it at the same time,
I don't know.
or did he
He
retire
only,
from one?
no, he played both for a couple years. He only played football, I think, for like 3-4 years and focused on baseball.
Yeah.
Wallace on the 22. Denny has to get out of the gas.
I mean,
Carries
if
a
he
lot
did
of
just
throttle down
do
to the corner
football,
to try
then
to
stop,
slide
then
up in
that's
front of this 12
baseball.
car. 45 above Wallace.
He was really good in
Able to
football,
clear
too.
Logano off
Yeah.
turn 4.
He's Bo Jackson.
Great racing right here.
Logano moves back in front of the 45.
It's so fun to watch cars drive in a circle.
Let's see who is on the move. The Power Moves are brought to you by the Propane Education and Research Council. You
It actually
see
is.
18 positions gained by Chase Elliott and Denny Hamlin.
Did you see the TikTok song? It was, oh my goodness, oh my damn.
Oh, yeah.
It's like NASCAR fans watching a car make a left turn for the 167th time.
Him all day long. He takes a spot away from the 12 car of Ryan Blaney.
Bro, they're going ham.
Battle in
Look at
front
him.
of these guys
Going
continues.
ham right now.
They can sort it out. They can get up there in the middle of that.
Hamlin's now got on the outside of Bubba Wallace. Bubba back up in front of him down the back straightaway. Hamlin decides to push him. Now where's Hamlin going to go when they get to the 3? He decides to stay high. Bubba
That is
drives it way
cold.
down into the corner. Going to be on the
Slept with him last
outside.
night.
And the inside of
He
the
was on
22.
the
Now a
cot
big draft
in my
coming for the
basement.
11 car.
He was high
Watch
as
how he
shit.
gains on these cars
So he's
in
just
front of
laying
him.
there,
Trying to
ass
get
out.
this driver there, Bubba Wallace
Yeah, he is
on the
both
inside,
high.
push him down
I
into
didn't
turn
get it, I
1.
just sounded.
It's like, all right, go ahead, Bubba. You're clear.
Well, I saw you at his house on Snap Maps because I was stalking you.
He
Today?
knew that
Yeah.
entire time.
Well, yeah, we
They
went
came
fishing.
off turn 4
Oh.
side by side. It would give him an opportunity to have a big draft, pull up to him. He just
You
yelled
stalk
his
me on
teammates,
Snap
but he
Maps?
wasn't
No,
able
I
to
just
help
every now
himself.
and then check Snap
Now he's
Maps.
back to work, trying to get on the
It's like,
outside
where's
of
Dom?
Joey.
Sometimes when I want to know,
Really fast,
like,
just can't clear these guys.
like, I stalked you when you were coming back from that trip with Alex because I wanted to see if you were still in Pennsylvania so you could get fireworks.
11 once again of Denny Hamlin.
While that's going on, the 5 and the 12 continue to battle.
Big gay Al.
Back and forth, passing each other one lap after the next.
8th position for Blaney. Larson running in 9th. Bowman out front. Byron running 2nd.
It's the supersonic Wi-Fi from Xfinity. It's fast. So gaming with
Shameless
Beast
plug.
has never felt more intense.
You mean commercials?
You doing it during your race or event? That's a shameless plug.
Yeah.
Welcome to the fastest internet.
Well, you mean like
Gig speed network.
during the actual action?
Yeah.
At least they have the other screen now.
Yeah.
From Xfinity.
But sometimes they don't even do that.
That's fucked.
So you could just miss a wreck. They don't give a fuck.
Hey, Dave. Yep.
All about the money.
How are those new wipers?
IndyCar during the Indianapolis 500, like, yeah, they would have the full screen commercials when they were under caution, but they actually had like a deal to where they could have it like this, like under green.
So, can I get chorizo?
Metaphorically, yeah.
Carnita.
Just chicken. Just give me a bunch of chicken.
Bacon?
Oh, wait, there isn't too much hot sauce, is there? I have a sensitive palate.
I actually like hot sauce. Can I get chips?
How about guacamole?
You'd rather play for the A's minor league team than play in their rust bucket? Yeah, I mean, I guarantee. No, they actually do have higher average attendance at their minor league games. That's not even like a joke.
No way.
Like, it's like 6,000 average. It's like, well, maybe not.
They still have, they average like 8 or 9, I think, at major leagues.
T-Mobile has
Yeah.
5G.
I just know that there. No. I saw one graphic where it was like their average, their minor league average was better than like tonight's attendance or some
Oh
shit.
my god. I'm losing here for one like big game in the minors.
Yeah.
Down here, you're covered with a year of AAA roadside assistance.
I kind of want to see MBT Bank Stadium sold out.
Overseas, T-Mobile has coverage
It's
beyond
cool, but it also fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
You'll have to see it to believe it. Whoever said that must have been talking about Talladega.
Apparently Mookie Wilson was there last night.
Oh yeah, that was
Where town turns into a city, and a
probably.
weekend
I
becomes
don't think it was sellout. Probably pretty full for him.
tradition like no
Yeah.
other.
He did some.
I remember like when he was there last year, the lines were literally back to like,
Literally almost to the like to the first base fucking like food stand.
yeah.
From the ice cream stand in left field. It was fucking
Just 7 laps to go in
Yeah, it was
stage
crazy.
2, and Bowman and Bell getting a little closer between 1 and 2, a little bit further back. The first non-playoff driver is Bubba Wallace running in the 5th position, Kim.
And a good rebound for him. He had a loose wheel earlier, so had to pit twice and lose a little track position. But he told me before the race he felt really good about today. They're really close to what they had in the spring, where they finished 10th. Right now, he radioed to the team just a little bit too loose, especially into one, Dave.
Denny Hamlin has driven from 11th to 6th on this run. Sergeant Chris Gabehart telling him, I gave you, quote, a healthy dose of freeing you up. That is helpful out to the left, Carter.
And Dave, another
Kyle Busch is
Toyota's
a lap
making his way
down,
through the field.
30th place.
He's got 19 of 42.
That's 'cause he
He's
sucks.
been very fast
He is the
today. He spent
fucking-
some time with his team.
If you wanna
Today,
scoot
it was
over, you
funny
have to
hang
go
out
through
because
so
they
much
said, there
trash.
might be a silver lining to missing the playoffs. Although they're upset about
What a
that,
higher
they said,
mag.
we're very relaxed and we have
I wonder
one
if
goal
Ben
now.
wants to
That
come
is
over
to
for
win
football,
races. You'll
or
see us
Matt.
take all the risk at
I
any
ain't get
point to
Matt.
try to get to the front of that 19-yard finish back. If we can
Well,
get that
get
traction
Matt.
back, I think they could be
Alright,
pretending to
trying,
get to that.
which is fine, because I'd go that way. Because I don't even think I'll stay for the whole night game.
Why?
Work. It's not really like 2 teams I care about that much.
Buddy.
3 car lengths is the gap, and Bell running just a little bit lower line through the turn than Bowman in that 48.
But yeah, call back.
One stage 1. As we close in on the end of this stage, only one car, one lap down.
I don't think he still has, no, he doesn't have me
Really
blocked
moved
still.
forward after his spin through the front
I remember one
Oh,
time I
did you spam him
spammed, yeah, I
once?
just spammed the shit out of him one time.
free pass here. Yeah, he may be, we don't know if his car is damaged or maybe he's just riding, knowing he's going to get this free pass.
The last lap, 32.74.
You should like spam 911 so much they block
running
it. And then like one time your heart actually gives out and they don't even answer.
3 laps to go.
No, I think he does tell him to block. He didn't deliver.
Played a little clip before the race started. He said he was here to try to prove to people he deserves to be here. Trying to give himself some confidence, continue some confidence, and here leading this.
Oh, Benny boy.
With only 3 to go. It's a great way to build some confidence.
History shows us anything. Bowman's only stage win of this
Run the
year
ball.
was at Las Vegas. And then he
Run the
went
ball,
on to
yes!
win the race. So if he can
Yay,
replicate
first
that,
points.
2 more laps here if he can get stage 2 win as you see things heating up here.
Oh my goodness.
Hamlin in the 11 and Chase Elliott in that 9.
Big old ham.
5th and 6th, these 2 are running. Larson behind him in 7th, Logano and Blaney 8th and 9th, and Chastain and Cindric running 10th and 11th. Hamlin looking once again down a little bit lower compared to Chase Elliott. And it's 1 lap to go in stage 2.
1 to go. BJ McLeod is not that far in front of the battle for the lead. I don't think Bowman's going to get to him, but if he did, that would really hurt Kyle Busch. But I think Kyle's safe.
Oh yeah, Kyle Busch can get
Be thankful
a
this
free
wasn't about a
pass.
3-lap longer run.
Here's Alex Bowman coming out of turn 4 for the final time here in stage 2.
Alex Bowman wins stage
Alex
2,
Bowman is going
motherfuckers.
to win stage 2 again, as I mentioned. Only his 2nd stage win of the year. His first one came at Las Vegas. He went on to win that race. We'll see if he has the same results here. You're watching the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs from Kansas. Telecast presented by Applebee's. It's been a crazy first 2 stages. We'll see how stage 3 unfolds when we return.
Oh my god, that is so hot. Guys, Dom is so hot.
Benny boy?
A 2-point conversion from the 18-yard line?
18, man.
She did it.
Toyota, let's go places.
So, you're at the age now where you may start feeling certain urges to buy things at full price. But honey,
2-point
you should
conversions
really
are
think about
wild.
practicing safe spending with Amazon. You get low prices on everyday essentials, plus free shipping on millions of items. Do you have any questions?
What is bang for your buck?
Learn all the ways to save with Amazon.
What the fuck?
Well, I'm not 100%
Somebody just
sold.
in the chat
Okay,
said, what
have
the
you-
fuck?
It's fine, Flo. She's not interested.
What the
I
fuck?
get it.
Yeah, dude, what the fuck? Like, what? You tell me what the fuck.
What? A trip to Bora Bora? Bora boring.
Okay, you know what? I'm in.
She's all yours. Want some tacos?
I'm not really in a mood.
Yeah, you're right. It's so messy. All the napkins, those different toppings.
Actually, I'm in.
Yeah, you
It's NASCAR Cup Series playoffs on USA. Hollywood Casino 400 about ready to have pit stops before the final stage. And Steve, it seems like Joe Gibbs Racing has always been the class of the field when it comes to pit stops, but maybe a little bit of inconsistency today.
Yeah, during our through the field, Dave brought up some great radio from Denny Hamlin asking for this man, Joe Gibbs, maybe to come join him on the 11 box. You know, this 11 pit crew has been a point of contention for Denny Hamlin. There's a couple races they have lost. Think about this. The first pit stop looks good in 11 seconds, but there was a penalty along with that one. And then they have another nice stop at lap 68. But then look at lap 83. 17 seconds. I mean, that's 6 seconds basically off the pace.
Now they have recovered as well, but it's those 17-second stops and those penalties, the inconsistency of the 11. When I talked to Denny about this, he goes, I would just take
laggy
or
ass
slow stops.
stream.
They were just consistent. It's the inconsistency that gets them. Now they've recovered. They're running 6 for the 11 car. You know, what will come this time they come down here?
You're hoping for a consistent stop, and the coach there didn't look like he was too worried.
Mahomes hurt wrist.
What?
Ooh.
Under caution, what's the damage? They said just really a light right rear scrape, no concern there. 4 tires, Sunoco fuel his teammate that top right box.
What?
William Byron said really just need right rear security. He said security and
Dude, I have found something at work that just brings me so much joy. So whenever somebody comes by in like a sports car or just like a really loud car, I'm like, hey man, when you pull away, do you mind like doing it really loudly? And they always listen to me. And last night this guy did it, and oh my god, it was so fucking loud. Like the entire store just like stopped and like stared at the drive-thru window.
Manners are up 4-1, let's go.
When safe drivers save up to 30% on their auto insurance for not answering their phone while driving, they feel like a pretty big deal.
Steve, did you get the ice?
Even if they forgot the ice.
Forgot the fucking ice.
God damn it, Steve.
Save up to 30% on
Can't
auto
believe this
insurance
dude.
with USAA Safe Pilot. Get a quote.
Not my fault.
Yeah, that is your fucking fault.
Next day shipping, getting it the
Pick it
same
up.
day. So Shopee
Pick up your mess.
or curbside pickup right
Does the headset even work?
It does.
delivered the very same day.
Empty chocolate vodka.
Working out doesn't have to be this complicated.
This thing doesn't work.
No, it really does.
With Skechers new Workout Walker, they're loaded with performance and comfort technology to add more spring to your step. Just put them on and walk. Try Skechers new Workout Walker.
T-Mobile has 5G here. And we also cover you up here. Yep. Get free Wi-Fi now with streaming all flight long. We do coverage differently with expanded high-speed data across the world. So you're connected here and here. Not yet. But down here you're covered with the ear AAA roadside assistance
Lamp always pointed at the
on the
wall.
ground, in the air.
Yeah, because that literally gives it enough light to light up the whole room. If it was like pointed out, we'd literally be blinded right now. That's how bright it is.
Northern Tool and Equipment will bring in the Peacock
Oh no, it never has. If it was on a poster, maybe.
Troubles for the Ford.
Yeah, isn't this like the coolest cover ever?
And it seems more with the playoff drivers. And guys, to be honest, as we watch this, we see Harvick with his problems, and we're going to see Tyler Reddick have his problems. But as I've been down here through the first 2 stages,
I don't even know what it
about is the great Vince Lombardi saying, "What the hell's going on out here?"
That's exactly right. This is unbelievable. I mean, pit stop problems. We see guys that win. Tire problems. Guys not giving each other enough room. Hard racing. 4 wide. Then you see Kyle Busch just spin out on his own. You never see this. I don't know what's going on. It's incredible. It's incredible. It's odd. I think it's just the pressure. But where do we go from here?
Well, I think the biggest thing, and Steve's brought this up as the other guys have, that through all of these cautions and everything going on, they've used a lot of tires. So they've kind of backed themselves into a corner as to what they're going to be able to do here in Stage 3. Now, then it comes time to either get you a great finish or battle for that win.
Rick, I'm telling you, they might be out of tires. It's going to be a waiting game.
Yeah, it's
Drunk / high LSU fan takes a stroll onto the field
There should
mid-play.
only be 2 sets of tires left for this last stage, which is 97 laps.
I've already seen this,
Sets
but
of tires, which is more than enough if you have pre-flag
he
racing.
just walks
One
on.
stop in the
He
middle of
doesn't
the stage,
run.
you see a bunch of yellows when you burn a set of tires up. And to add on to that conversation about the 11's pit crew, we threw up the stats, we talked about the inconsistencies, and they went ahead and said, we hear you, we see you, we're going to gain 3 spots. Get our driver up to the second row. So,
This is funny, right?
you know, that's what you're looking for. You're going to try to be consistent here with definitely.
The cops are being so chill about it too, and then he just kept.
Joe Gibbs Racing provided team. So Joe Gibbs Racing stepped up on that round of pit stops. Dave, what do you have on a 48?
The white 48 held serve on pit road, but there was some concern about the guy behind him.
I want to play with fire here, but the 20 was pushing us.
58-yard field goal.
Yeah. I know. Lost a couple there. So as long as those boys down there keep hammering it out, we don't need
Oh my God. Right down the middle, too.
From one yellow to all red to all black. So I'm just trying to do the best I can.
Yeah,
Don't need somebody else helping you to a speeding penalty.
that conversation was all about Alex Bowman and Kuchi saying, hey, we need a little more speed on pit road. But
Alvin Kamara.
The light, the phrase will get caught speeding.
His overall
That's why
today.
he's
How
been
did he
pushed
do
down
it?
pit
Did he
road.
play yet?
Bubba Wallace on the outside, Alex Bowman on the inside as we get ready to start stage 3.
Let's see how he's doing. Oh, now Ian's kind of closed it up, but I'm still winning. Alvin Kamara 7.6 right now. Christian McCaffrey is beating him. Bubba Wallace to second. I'm smart for that.
Great battle right there for second. Bubba Wallace on the outside. William Byron on the inside.
Kyle Larson behind him trying to figure out which way to go. Does he go low? Does he stay high?
He's trying to help his teammate a little bit on the back straightaway, but knows that that inside line often doesn't prevail. If that was Byron on the outside, he'd probably already pushed him clear. He had to get around. He's going to go to the top here. Some kind of momentum. This 5-car gets off the high side here as these two on the inside. Side by side, going to slow each other down on this back straightaway. Big run from the 5. He's going 3 wide.
Oh my God. Larson. Yeah, remember the other day when I said, like, the winner of today's race, the car number will be the age of the person I lose my virginity to? So Kyle Larson better not win.
Bubba hanging on the spot, but a little bit loose there. The 24 clears him. Logano got to the back bumper of Bubba Wallace.
Sure did. Got him uncomfortable there for a minute. Now we're side by side with the hindered teammates. What does Bubba do?
Bubba's going to stay behind the 24.
Bubba's getting jumped right now.
Larson dives down low through 3.
He's getting
up the racetrack he'll come. Now, does he have enough momentum? He gets right to the back bumper of William Byron.
I think it's surprising.
You proud of yourself? Yes. Okay, that's good.
But he almost could have stayed underneath William, but chose not to.
At least I'm not cringe like those people at the baseball.
It's fun to watch.
Yeah, I'd rather you be racist than cringy.
Duking it out.
I
bought one on eBay for like $15.
Oh my God.
Look, had that look of maybe a loose wheel or a flat
Beautiful
tire.
night out.
Right away, right after the restart.
I'm really surprised they didn't leave early to beat the traffic.
Once again,
Yeah.
Bubba Wallace, what's
There's
he going to do with
people
it?
that would do that.
He looked high.
Jaden, where'd you go?
Set momentum.
Oh my God, Winval, what did you just say? He said, come on, Larson, get Sam a 5-year-old. Jesus Christ, Winval. You didn't have to verbalize it like that.
Should have just said, come on, Larson.
Yeah.
Going to get to the top of the racetrack, goes right back to the bottom again. No confidence really in that move. He's in a tough spot right here. Yeah. Tries to drive underneath.
You'd rather be Larson than cringy like iDubbbz? Both of them are racist.
So he's got to play a little bit of defense while trying to attack.
Middle of the racetrack.
There was this tweet of a black guy made. It was like $50 and $18.30. What you buy? And someone goes,
you. 1, 2, 3 for Hendrick Motorsports. Roman Byron and
Jesus
Larson,
Christ.
And then running in that 4th spot. If you take a look at the Toyota driver update, it's Bubba Wallace. Again, behind the wheel of the 45, 23-11 made
Damn cheap Toyota.
Running for a Owners Championship, one to have their best.
Being cringy, though, really is like a huge deal to me. That's like a big fucking no.
Hello?
What's up?
What's up?
As far as organizations, as we watch the 11 and the 12 battle, Hendrick cars right now up front, first 3 positions, but we've all felt that the Toyotas, and especially the Gibbs cars, really quick in tracks like this, expecting them to move toward the front. Right now, Hendrick controls the race.
You should talk to Renzo. He had him.
They just have not been able to get the track
He
position
might.
and get it.
I don't know how to take care of
And
him.
was inches away from being able to clear his lane. He just can't quite do it. Now they've caught Logano.
Talk to Renzo. I don't know how to take care of them.
With Logano and the 12 of Blaney.
Ooh, Larson.
Larson.
Talking about the sugar gliders?
They found one like injured in their neighborhood. Like, yo, can you take care of it? I don't know how to take care of it.
Does Renzo still have them?
No, they died.
Why? Because Renzo didn't fucking feed them?
No, we theorized the dog killed them.
And then the battle for 6 going all wild.
He found them both dead on his floor.
It's incredible. You see the 12 got by 22, 11.
Which is pretty fucking terrible when you think
Now
about
these
it.
guys go at each other.
That's fucked.
I do feel bad.
You want a good race
That's
and
so
you tuned
fucked.
into a good one. These guys all
To see
day
him go
long.
through patches down the floor.
All year long it's been like this.
That is
pulled out
fucked.
to a 1.6 second lead over Bubba Wallace, but now Bubba Wallace with a little cleaner air. We'll see what he can do with that.
Yeah, it was about a half a second until those guys started racing right there, and they slowed it to the way down. Bubba goes into second place to see if he truly can try to run down that 48 car. Christopher Bell on the right side of the screen has worked his way into 5th position. Had real good speed in practice. Kind of closed in on the back of these guys. Found Carl Larson in the 24th.
Further behind, we talked about Kyle Busch being the first car lap down. He's gained 6 spots since the restart.
Tom, why do you have to step on all my things? Just step on the empty parts of the floor.
There's not that much empty parts of the floor.
right.
Stupid ass. Just clean this shit up.
You cleaned it up.
Fuck no. I didn't clean my own place. I just don't let it get this bad.
Way out of gas.
The iPad is off.
Compared to,
I know,
what we've been
because
listening
it's
to earlier
causing it to be laggy.
Put
Not able to
football
make the
on it.
speed, like you say, with
No,
some sort of damage to underneath that car, maybe going through the grass.
because I said
Damage some
so.
of the components underneath it.
And I'm the male.
Downforce.
Kyle Busch, after getting that free pass, running in the 24th position.
I'm alpha male.
Definitely not as
I'm the
competitive
beta
as
male.
We have seen him
I'm
throughout
the
this
Giga
race.
Chad.
But Bowman, the
Those
winner
people
of
who
stage
say they're
2,
alpha
still
are
in
actually
front, a
beta.
second and a half
No, they're
over
actually
Wallace.
fucking annoying.
I am-
I said it as a joke. People say it to be serious.
Yeah, you're saving hundreds with the Home Alone bundle from
You
Progressive.
know who's the
but there's
biggest
no saving
Chad?
that castle wall.
Jameson. Jader's brother.
Oh, yeah.
It's so fun.
Do you know about his
together like
dating?
force of nature.
He's dating a boy and a girl, and they're both okay with the other one.
Yes, I do.
You know, good for him.
That's Chad.
Come on, he set up a bundle for
Giga
Johnny.
Chad.
Right.
Is it still cool if I catch a ride home with you?
I never said it was.
Yeah, technically, you didn't say it
Oh,
was.
God.
Yeah.
T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up
Can you at least confirm that everyone in his house
Now
makes fun of him
with
for it?
all flight long.
Dude, that's what I'm proud of. You're dating 2 people. You, and then each one is okay with it. Like what?
Yeah.
It's not even cheating. They're both okay with it. Chad.
Yeah, but like you should still be made fun of for it.
Overseas, T-Mobile has coverage beyond
I don't know.
2 Sonic Chop House cheeseburgers coming up.
Adding the crispy onions.
Spreading the Chop House aioli.
Sonic sucks.
Yeah.
Sonic Chop House cheeseburger, ready for pickup.
Think Dad's searching doggy diet plans for Josie? No, he's switching his choice cashback category to home improvement, so he earns more on a new doggy door, extra large.
With the Bank of America customized cash rewards card, you just can't stop getting rewarded.
This is supersonic Wi-Fi from Xfinity. It's fast. So gaming with your niece has never felt more intense. Hey, what does this button do?
No, don't!
Welcome to the fastest internet on the largest gig speed network.
No! A little.
Only from Xfinity. Unbeatable internet made to do anything, so you can do anything.
They're ready to race. Just look at that man drive. It looks like a race right down to the checkered flag. 4, 3, 2, 1.
For the moments that thrill and the Memories that last. Go to NASCAR.com/shop.
Still 1.5 seconds, the gap between Bowman and Wallace. Those two continue to run 1 and 2. Then it's Byron Larson back
Come on,
in
Bubba.
third and fourth. Bell in fifth. A little bit further back in the field is Penske drivers Joey Logano.
Will
and
Power wins the 2022
Cindric.
IndyCar champion.
Those
Wait, he
two
did?
running in the 10
I didn't even know that their
11
final race was
Speaking of
today.
Penske drivers, spoiler alert, we're going to let you know what happened today in the IndyCar Series race that just concluded. The checkered flag goes to Alex Palou. Congratulations on winning the race, and it was for a title, a championship. And guess who won? For the second time, Will Power is the IndyCar champion. So he's celebrating with the captain. Roger Penske there to celebrate with Will Power.
Does IndyCar rip off F1?
Continue to battle here on
It's
the racetrack.
literally a mix of F1 and NASCAR because they'll like run oval tracks, but like the cars are pretty similar to F1.
Away from Larson. Larson, I really thought that this was going to be a day for him to shine. Exactly the kind of
Like
racetrack
it's and like how they raced is pretty much like they're close, kind of like how NASCAR would be. It's not as like spread out as
Bell, I
F1,
thought was one of the best cars in practice.
but
Running in fourth place, one of the best Gibbs
they
cars.
have like F1 cars or F1 looking cars. Not exactly the same, but
Right, no major issues. That is a major part of getting through this first round. It's just having races that you don't have problems.
Kinda like how
had that engine problem.
Queen Elizabeth's
and
a
they
rip-off of
recovered
Betty
from that
White.
and got a reasonable
yeah,
finish.
Betty White's way better.
Way better.
Today so far, not much issue for them, which is that's okay in round one.
And we're with Bell, we're looking at a driver who went from I think maybe the fourth driver at
Fucking
that
hell,
team.
Arizona
in
isn't doing
terms
shit.
And numbers.
I'm
How
yelling
much
at
are they losing
to the
by?
best. He's sitting here
Losing
right now in the
23 to
playoffs
7.
with an opportunity, to go really
Fucking
far.
Jeter.
With that
God
20
damn it.
car
He's
roll
gonna
the
get his
run.
team.
He and his teammate, he and Scucci,
But at least they're running
you
back.
talk to them. They have tons of confidence. They feel like
Even
they're
who's
the
their
best
running
car,
back?
the best team and is.
You have him drafted in your fantasy.
I forgot his name. It's
You
the
mentioned
second
Junior
fantasy.
advance in the playoffs. He's got 55 points over that cut line right now. That's Christopher Bell. Then, of course, the 48 of Alex Bowman. If he wins the race, he advances into that next round.
Well, Christopher Bell is not the fastest Toyota. I can assure you of that. He might be the best of the Gibbs cars, but the fastest Toyota is Bubba Wallace in second. He is 2 or 3 tenths of a second faster than the leader every single lap.
Are you gonna go to another Mets game this year?
Running down Alex Bowman
no,
has it
no,
under
I'm
7
gonna
tenths of
my
a second
schedule.
currently. We see a good battle here between the 9.
I did 10. I said that was my goal.
22 Logano, Steve. He's struggling. He's getting asked.
5 and 5, which you know.
My goal is 5 major league games next
away
year.
from him.
I don't
Not having a good
really
run
care
right
where.
now. With this set of tires.
Alright, we'll go to Detroit.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Fuck Detroit.
Parker, what's going on with the 5 of Larson?
Well, you guys mentioned you thought maybe it
And
was
then
a
my
little bit better day
goal
than
is
Christopher
3
Bell.
races
Got
next
by.
year.
That happened because Kyle Larson actually got into the wall. He said it's probably the hardest we've hit it all day, and that's what makes it so fast here. He and I talked about earlier. He can run that wall better.
I also
than
like a
anybody
goal for
in the
next year
wall.
to see at
He
least
hit the wall recently. That's
one
why
game
Christopher
from
Bell
each of the
got by. He
major
also
4
is
sports.
very loose in clean air.
I think
That's a
we did
hard thing to do when you're running
Yeah.
next wall to be loose in that car.
Bubba Wallace last time by 3 tenths of a second faster than Alex Bowman. Bowman catching the 78 to put him a lap down. BJ McLeod goes to the bottom of the racetrack. Very classy by BJ, giving the top, the preferred lane to the leaders. But Bowman is being tracked down. Look at the speed out of that 45.
Hey, remember the 45 car was the best car here earlier this year. They've obviously brought that same speed and performance in this car. We know that the pass was made on a Hendrick car late in the race, just on the inside. Can Bubba, Bubba's probably watched a lot of that information and understands how that pass was made. Can he make it actually happen here in reality today?
Bubba!
Look how much faster he is right now.
And he's
Oh,
running
God.
that line right there where he needs to be to have that clean air on the car.
Watch down here as he enters turn 3. He's been able to make a ton of time up on corner entry and roll in the middle.
Bowman, though, takes
Kurt
that
Busch
line
won
away.
this race in May, so like the 45 car could win both.
As we know that they will still have to come to pit road at least once
Gaining
this
on him.
stage.
Bowman just ran almost a car length off the wall in 3 and 4.
Shit.
Another big run there as they entered 1.
Yeah, so the Owners Championship, they get like money for the how higher they finish in the Owners standings.
So it's a cash grab.
Yeah, so they like Bubba has been doing better than Ty Gibbs recently. So they like wanted to kind of like combine Kurt Busch's like points up until the point where he left, or like since he's been out, to put Bubba in the 45 since he's been doing better. Hopefully maximize the points.
But here comes Bubba Wallace down to the bottom. That's the other place you have to protect.
Looking for the lead, Bubba Wallace just about a car length.
Everything is from money.
We saw out of the 48.
That's one thing I've learned is pretty much any question you could ask could be answered by one word: money.
Quite a bit lower on the bottom of the racetrack.
Oh, Bubba! There we go.
Alex Bowman in the middle of the corner has to get way out of the gas. 2 leader.
Bubba Wallace right now is a lot faster. You just saw why. Alex Bowman
Come on, Bubba.
does not make enough grip for him to push. He tried to push harder, it just wasn't there. Had to come all the way out of the gas. Bubba Wallace was able to take advantage of it. Just put some pressure on Alex.
How are you gonna fucking if he wins this one? How are you gonna Mickey Mouse it, y'all?
He's in a Toyota.
Yeah.
All right, Steve Booty Barker calling the shots for the 45. What is he going to do with Bubba now that he's got the lead? When does he come? How early does he come?
We split this last run up in half. It's about 219. The fall off isn't gigantic. So if Bubba can stretch it out to a big enough lead, that kind of takes the pressure off Booty. He can let the 48 pit and come the next lap. Problem is, if you stay too close to the 48 and he comes a lap early, Kim, you can get passed on pit road. That's really what the 45 is trying to do right here.
Oh, he had put mega distance in between him and Bowman.
Yeah. Well, that lap car is also helping.
Bubba had come on the radio and said when he got within 5 car lengths of anybody else, he was really fighting it and needed to be tighter, or else he was just going to lose the back end. Well, they obviously made the right adjustments. He was able to get around the 48, so smooth sailing with clean air right now.
F1 will never go to Pocono, nor should
Look
they.
at our timing screen here. The Toyotas have come to life with this longer. Christopher Bell.
No, somebody else.
Every time. Danny Hamlin
Go to
top 3
Charlotte
lap
for
times every
NASCAR.
time. 65 to go. We'll see
NFL for go to New England for NFL. Go to the Knicks for NBA. You want me to go to a Washington Nationals game? No.
I'm gonna call Benny Boy.
Wait, did he ever respond to me? No. What a loser. Oh. Oh, wait, no, he did.
Oh, shit.
Sadly, I cannot.
That's bullshit. He's lying.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that he's lying.
So you're connected here. And here, not yet. But down here, you're covered with the ear AAA.
I know Alex
roadside assistance
doesn't work, but.
On the ground, in the air, overseas, T-Mobile has covered.
Oh, wait,
beyond
he's an electric bike.
expected.
Call Alex.
Pain used to keep me from what I love most. Not anymore. Blue Emu gave me my horsepower back. It's the powerful relief my joints need.
Okay, turn it on. Stop. The number will play. You don't want the number to play on the stream.
Yes, I do. Fuck Alex.
Oh, yeah.
I found the perfect car. Under budget, too. And I get 7 days to love it or my money back. I love it. I thought online
Especially because he
there's no
declined
one
my
to
call.
help me, but
Yeah.
Susan from Carvana.
Oh, he declined your call? Fucking leak his number.
Or his phone's
They're
dead.
not salespeople.
I don't think Alex wants.
Guess who just checked in on me? Susan from Carvana.
We'll drive you happy at Carvana.
Hey, Roval's back. You know, that 17-turn nail-biting...
Apparently, he has to do auditions for a new guitar player because he kicked out his other one. I don't know why.
So did they get actual gigs? Because I would like go watch them.
Oh yeah, I would go watch. I wanna...
Or is it just like, yo, this is my band, they just play in the garage?
Racing, and then there's Roval. Experience it for yourself. Bank of America Roval 400, Sunday, October 9th.
He never showed up to
Get your tickets
practice.
at CharlotteMotorspeedway.com.
Didn't write any of the shit he was supposed to for the album.
Every week.
Ask him if he gets gigs.
One liar.
That was our initial
special strategy. Now you're changing it? I see you, snake.
I feel that if a man's lying to my face, I'd be able to tell the difference.
Bro, his guitar player had to write a 20-second solo for the album, and he couldn't even do that.
Oh my god.
I didn't know they were making music.
Not anytime soon. We need a new guitar player.
Dude, tell your dad to do it. Oh,
Bubba Wallace now with a 1.6 second lead over Bowman.
Mini, yeah.
So Bowman running
He just prefers bass.
Wallace up front, looking for
He's done
his
both.
first
He just
win
prefers
of
playing the bass.
2022.
Plus, my dad couldn't do it right now.
24 of Byron. He is up to
Yeah,
that
how is
third
it?
spot.
His surgery is on Friday.
Listen in to Bubba Wallace's radio.
Oh, I thought he already had it.
Would you like me to sign you up the moment?
He was supposed to. Got rescheduled twice.
How y'all doing down there? Good? Yeah, we're pretty good. It's good, it's good.
Like they could, I love how they can do that and jerk you around, but if you cancel, they will charge you.
Well, no. So the first time I think it was, yeah, they were just like jerking him around. But the second time, like his blood pressure was too low.
Too low.
Or too high. I don't even know.
Probably too high, but maybe too low. I don't know how blood pressure works.
Me neither.
Flat green flag run, currently the longest run of the day. They can go nearly 70 on fuel. Cannot make this final run on fuel, so the question
Okay, I
is,
would
about
like to
10
see
laps
Bubba,
from now,
I
we'll be
don't know
halfway
why.
of this run.
It would be
You can
awesome.
hit at that point, put fresh tires on.
This
I
is
think
probably the
somebody
best
would
chance
stay
he's
out and
had.
run long just to make it
Yeah.
uncomfortable. So it's going to be some uncomfortable running happening here in about 10 laps.
Remember, we've seen a little bit of right rear tire problem. So later in this run, or some teams get nervous about that. Look at
I
Christopher
think his
Bell.
phone's
We just saw
actually
him
dead
get by
because my
William
message
Byron. Now
doesn't
he's
say
taking the
delivered.
fight to Alex Bowman. You said
Maybe he
it, Steve,
blocked
the
you.
Toyota's lit up on this long run.
I think so.
57 laps coming up on 56 to go, and now it's Wallace and Bell 1 and 2.
Yeah, last week's winner, Eric Jones on pit road, he was just lapped. That's
Maybe he's dead.
standard pit call. Once you go a lap down, you can't put on fresh tires to try to jump in front of the leaders if it runs long. Dave Allen's continuing to swing.
So Steve, Bubba Wallace is 176 race. He won at Talladega last year. He now is in a situation where he can't get complacent here. I know they were joking and carrying around on radio, but they're going to have to make this car better. That Christopher Bell in that 20, he is flying right now. They've got to stay.
Why would he die? I don't know. Why did you move to your other account?
The fact that they're not so tense they can't get it done, but don't lose focus at this point. Keep swinging. You mentioned it, Christopher Bell, that last lap, 1/10 better than his Toyota partner there, the 45 of Bubba Wallace.
But guys, remember how much Bubba Wallace beat himself up after the Michigan race, saying he thought he should have won that race, made mistakes, and so now is he thinking about that? Now that he's out front, looks like he has one of the best cars.
So tire fall off about 1 second.
Bro, Bubba was being hard on himself after he lost at Michigan, and people like turned that on him like he was being a crybaby for being hard on himself.
Or be very, very close. You see Martin Truex Jr. is the first car. No surprise. They're going to come down pit road.
Literally, anybody else does that, they'd be like, "Yep, I get it. You're just being hard on yourself, bro."
Right, and this team told me
Yeah, because NASCAR fans are assholes.
they got nothing to lose. They're not in the playoffs. They are simply going for wins. And this is part of being aggressive right here. First on pit road, 4 tires, first of the leaders. Dave?
Denny Hamlin now hits pit road. You'll see him take that pit road speed limit as far as he can, but not overextend it. Come to his pit stall, get enough fuel to go to the end. This will be just about the same amount of time on this run as it was the last run. Meanwhile, you see William Byron on pit road. Hamlin finally to his pit stall. He'll get 4 tires of fuel, Kim.
And as you see William Byron finishing up his stop, Chase Elliott as well. He said the car came to me. I put myself in bad spots is all. He did say though there was less grit
Alright,
and
Bubba's
less
pit stop.
forgiving to Fire Rock. As you see, Bubba Wallace there, we documented just way too loose. The longer the run goes, they will tighten them up just a little bit. Air pressure adjustment partner on the 45.
And Chris Bell also on pit road following that 45 here as he was starting to make time on his before tires. Just getting a little tight in the center. He said there's not a 1 number, so it's a small adjustment. We'll see how he joins behind the 45. See the 45 leading out in front of the 20. Nice work by both driver and crew of the 45 car. The 20 was about 2.5 seconds behind him. We'll see how they reblend. On the scoring side of the screen, you see Bowman continuing to lead. Larson now on pit road with Ryan Blaney.
I think that was advantage to Bubba Bubba Wallace. I think he is going to end up heading out on that pit stop. Probably gain some ground on that 20.
The 5-car there of Kyle Larson on pit road. He was getting far too loose towards the end of that run. You saw the adjustment on the right rear trying to tighten up that 5-car for Ryan Blaney. He said simply the car went to junk during that run, making a slew of adjustments air pressure-wise. Dave?
And Alex Bowman now on pit road, about 35 laps in. He said, this is where I'm really struggling, and that's when you saw Christopher Bell, or Bubba Wallace, and then Christopher Bell get around him. He said, I'm going to have to be tighter for this last run if I'm going to be effective with these cars. So Bowman will come in now. We'll get an adjustment here, 4 tires, fuel. Then we'll see where he blends back in against those that have already pitted up front, Bubba Wallace and Christopher Bell in particular.
Good stop to continue right here. The 48 getting service on the track still. Suarez, Briscoe, Logano, Ty Dillon, Gregson, Castle, Ware, all hoping for a caution before they come to pit road. The gap between, if it does cycle through, the gap between the 45 and the 20 much larger than it was before the pit stop. Kudos to both Bubba and his pit crew getting on and off pit road, nice and clean.
That's about 4 seconds.
Guys, me and Dom are a gay couple.
45 and the 20.
And right here, the 20 of Bell has
That means
real company
I
with
can
the 11
say.
It means you could say faggot.
I'm a
So the cars that are staying on the racetrack,
Yeah.
we'll talk about what they're looking for. We have Suarez and Logano, as now we see the 14.
I'll say that
I can
word.
also say.
I will say faggot. I don't have a problem saying that word. And I would never say it to like a gay person, unless they were being a faggot. That's what Louis C.K. said. I would never call a gay person a faggot unless they were being a faggot.
The negative is they're losing time to all those cars that have new tires.
Talk about the 11 catching the 20 right here. Denny Hamlin and his team, they got on pit road a lap before. So there was about a second and that time on newer tires that allowed help them close the gap.
Some congestion. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in that Sunny D47. Logano, as well as Brad Keselowski. Stenhouse Jr. scored in the 31st position. It's still 4 laps down as we see Bowman now trying to go by Suarez here.
What?
Why does Nick have to work to
Bowman get by the leader Suarez.
You just don't get him on the nights that he's not working till
Stay on the
midnight.
racetrack.
Why is he doing
So Steve, when does the 99 decide enough is enough and decide to
need
pit?
him.
Oh, I think at this point he's committed. He's going to run all 70 laps on this tank of fuel. I
We
mean,
don't
if you
really
weren't,
have a
there was
lot
no
of
reason to stay
employees.
this
We're not
long,
in
so
a
they
position to
pitted
be
last at
like,
168.
don't put us on
So
for
you
these
figure they can run
times.
probably almost the lap
Well, if they don't want to
240.
lose more.
Probably about 15 or 16
That's
to
true.
go.
So almost 19 laps from now, we could still
But also,
see
it's not
99
that big of a
on the
deal
track.
for us.
No, I know.
The 1, or the 5, excuse me, of Kyle Larson, also unlapping himself.
It's nice to have
45 laps to go. Daniel Suarez, Joe Logano stay on the racetrack.
rather get up.
hoping for a yellow. If the cycle gets
Fucking
completed,
tell them.
Bubba Wallace
If
would
you have
be the
seniority over the other people, you have every right to request them to put on at least.
Oh yeah, they have been more.
say he would run long. I don't know why he would only run
They have been putting me on more day shifts.
If
Just
you're gonna run. Now the one thing is I
not
assume they're
always.
gonna
I get it,
set
you
up
read
fuel.
till
We
you
don't know if
have to
it's
bounce
full.
around, but yeah.
For 4
As long as you're on
times,
some,
you can only put about
especially because you've been there
50,000
for
So it's
6
very
months.
possible
A
that the
year.
99
It's been that long?
Jeff, is
A year and
running
2
today.
months.
What the
Running
fuck?
until he's out of gas. It may not be 70 laps because the tank might not have been full in the 99.
He moved to the inside, the back straightaway allowed the 12 of Blanket to go around him. That ensures him the inside line for a pit stop here.
how bad did New England lose?
And here he is,
I
slowing
think it was
down.
like 20 something to 7.
Yeah, he's gonna get Marlins. Fucking not the Marlins, the Dolphins.
They're the same team. They both suck.
Suarez
Yeah,
now on
20 to
pit
7.
road. Dave.
And Rick, I believe he was 12
Which means that they
before the
missed an
cycle
extra
pit stops
point.
began. So we'll see if the net, if there's any net
Yeah,
gain to his
fucking
day this
losers.
afternoon. So remember, for Daniel
I'll take
Suarez
that
in
win.
the playoffs by virtue of his Sonoma
That's a win for us.
trying
That's
to
a
make
win.
something happen
Yeah.
here this afternoon. Travis Mack leaving him out. Now
That's
brings
what
him in,
Dallas
gives
Braden
him
has started to
Sunoco
say. He's like,
Goodyear tires.
I'm looking for wins now in more places other than the win loss column. Because he's an A's fan.
When I looked at the other
He's like, I'm just looking for other wins, some little victories.
15 gallon And what you don't want is this right here. Big issue. Problems on the left front for the 99. Bottom of the screen, the 22 of Joe Logano now.
He's an announcer.
So it's going to be hard to see.
Oh, yeah,
God.
he's one of the TV broadcasters.
Very slow. Now we have Joey Logano. He will complete the cycle.
So he's like, doesn't only like get to watch the games, he has to watch the games.
Two issues, you work on the worst one or the thing that's going to help you better. So the looseness in this race car is what George really wants to fix up. But we'll say we're going to get you tightened up here, and we'll see what he can make out of today. Remember, last week was a race where they didn't think they had a whole lot going in.
Mariners up 5-1.
We'll see if they can pick something up here at the end.
Against two.
Very easy to see where Joey Logano runs here.
They're not shitty. They're good.
A very good Braves that scared.
10 seconds behind where he was running. Now he will.
That's what I meant.
Have pressure tires.
Vaughn Grissom.
Is there you go. You see.
Be scared of Vaughn Grissom.
So if the Mariners win, our lead goes back up to a game and a half after we were behind by a half a game. Because they look like they're finally out of their offensive skid.
Can he get win number 2?
Mets?
Yeah, they were bad for like a week.
Yeah.
Jerry
Seinfeld tried to blame it on the trumpets.
No, because they won that series though.
Yeah.
And they didn't score much. The starting pitching just carried, and then they got to Diaz enough for him to shut it down.
Okay, I'm ready to come in.
That's the biggest issue with the team getting to Diaz.
Serious now. I'm serious. Request to come ashore.
Geico. Saving people money on more than just car insurance. We all rely on them. But who do they rely on? Verizon is the #1 network choice in public safety. Verizon Frontline.
Don't do a Carson Hocevar from the other night where you run out of gas on the last lap.
God.
They dressed this burger up in a 2-piece cheese soup.
How often does that happen? Run out of gas.
On the last lap. I mean, every now and then. I mean, it was like he was just trying to stretch it on fuel. Trying to make a gamble.
So gaming with your niece has never felt more intense. Hey, what is this button?
No, don't!
I mean, when we went to Pocono last year, Denny Hamlin would have ran out in the last lap if he didn't hit.
Only from Xfinity. Unbeatable internet made to do anything, so you could do anything.
Raymond Yossi here. eBay Motors has 122 million parts. Hey, Dave.
Yep. Wait.
How are those new wipers?
They're small.
For parts that fit your vehicle, go to eBay Motors. That's right.
Is Dad posting a farewell to his favorite college freshman? Nope. He's switching his choice cashback category to gas. The road to college can be emotional, but also rewarding.
With the Bank of America customized cash rewards card, you just can't stop getting rewarded.
It's the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs from Kansas. This telecast presented by Applebee's. Out front, Bubba Wallace. Be a big story for Dave Burns to talk about when he goes to NBC Sports on Sirius XM on Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern. That's NASCAR Radio Channel 90. Dave's going to be chatting about this week's race as well as Bristol coming up next, the final race of round 1. Let's go through the field. We'll start with Kim.
And Bubba Wallace at the point there. When I talked to crew chief Booty Barker before the race, I asked him specifically about
Bubba.
getting on pit road, and he felt like that's one place his driver could shine. We saw that on the last stop. He maintained that track position, had a very clean stop. Also, Bubba very focused right now. Usually he's very chatty on the radio partner. Right now, completely silent, just various updates from his spotter.
And Kim, for Christian Bell, he came out of the pits over 4 seconds behind.
Val, what is that emoji?
Now has cut that deficit to 2.6
It's the monkey emoji. The monkey using a hammer.
Catch that 45
That's
time
weird.
lap times are better. And just this last lap, he was over a 10th faster in that 45. He has the speed. We'll see what he can do when he gets there, Dave.
What a great comeback for Toyota Racing Development. TRD makes the motors for these cars, and they are running up front, and they are running well after some problems last week. Denny Hamlin, quiet on the radio now. He's got what he's got. Can he pass his teammate and Bubba Wallace? Kim.
When I talked to crew chief Rudy Bugle on the 24 car this morning, he said the driver, the crew chief, and the team's performance during the summer weeks that they didn't shine was not indicative of their ability, but more so just the new car. And Rudy even said his first year being in Cup and him learning the ropes, making the right calls and right adjustments. Well, he certainly has stepped up his game during the playoffs. They have adjusted that car to Byron's liking, currently running in the 4th position ahead of his teammate Alex Bowman, Dave.
And Alex had adjustments on that run, but he lost track position. So Bowman, who has led 107 laps today, yes, the car's a little bit better, but he's 8.5 seconds out of the lead. If this race stays green, that's going to be tough to make up, partner.
And for Ross Chastain in the 6th position, this is exactly the kind of day this team needed coming into this race. They had
Yeah, hopefully Ross Chastain doesn't win in that case.
We know how fast they've been. They knew they had the speed, but they just need to execute and put a day together.
Jaden.
6, he has to be very happy with that day.
Where's Jaden?
Kyle Larson there. He's trying to come back from getting into the wall on the last run. It slowed him down. The team was checking over the car, trying to see if it was damaged, and so far it seems like he still has the speed inside that 5 car. Then behind him is the 19 of Mark Truex Jr., who was very fast early in the race, led 24 laps, but they had a loose wheel and have been trying to come back from that ever since they stalled out here around the 8th position. And then Ryan Blaney in the 12th car. This team is fun to hang out with since they've been in the playoffs because of the stress that they had getting into
Though
the
it would be
playoffs.
kind of
So
awkward if
how close
Bubba
they were
wins, having to
sneaking
fuck a
in at Daytona.
45-year-old.
And since the playoffs started
that
Darlington
don't
last week,
suck,
they said it felt like a noose.
At least I'm not going to go to jail.
You can sense it when you hang out with them. The confidence they have, a solid day
Chris
to come.
Bell wins. That's right up my alley.
Bubba Wallace. Car still looks like it's driving pretty good, but traffic is
Number 7.
his lap times. The lead now
No,
down to
20.
102 seconds, and the concern I have is the 22.
Corey
behind him.
LaJoie is in
He's
the number
trying to
7.
unlap
He's out of the
himself.
race.
So I believe he's going to have the chance to fight Bubba Wallace. He has to. And
Wait,
if that battle
Truex.
holds this 45
Does that say
up at
19?
all,
Yeah.
that 20 car is
Oh, it could be
only
me.
maybe a quarter of the way down.
Dude, if Truex wins, I can fuck you.
Car's about a 10, sometimes 2/10 quicker than Bubba. And the guys that Bubba catches, especially the guys on the lead lap, they are going to race hard to try to maintain themselves on the lead lap because that 22 car is right there to be able to take the free pass away from them quickly when they lose that lap to Bubba. That time Bubba Wallace.
Man, these are a lot of weird emojis. You're sending you're sending all the emojis people never use.
All these things matter. There's 30, essentially 29 laps left. Every 10th of a second can matter.
When Bubba passes the 10 of Eric Almirola, that'll put him as the highest scored non-lead lap car. And so that's
What'd you just hear? I don't know. We said a lot of inappropriate things. So, are you referring to the fact that I would fuck Dom, or the whole Ross Chastain thing? That'd be a little messed up.
A little messed up?
Very messed up.
Fresher tires for the 22. Will that continue to play out to where as he looks to try to unlap himself here?
Yeah, it's going to become tougher just because I don't think his car is as good as the 45, so he needs to use the tire advantage. It's an advantage for the whole run, but it's less and less the longer you get into a run. If it's an ill-handling race car, you're just going to lose the balance. But this is what he has to do. Joe Logano's going to look to the bottom, try to continue to fight for this 45. We have Christopher Bell and Denny Hamlin. Now, Denny Hamlin has really turned it on. He's closed down the back bumper of Christopher Bell. That'll be the next move that Bubba Wallace is going to want Bell and Denny to run side by side forever.
I thought about 27 laps.
Yeah, I don't think that the 22 has
Dom, you got
just to go
shrooms?
up there and pass Bubba. He's really kind of having a hard time getting much closer to this.
Really? You always have
Bubba's
shrooms.
aware of it.
Yeah, I
right?
know, just
So
not
that
tonight. I
Bubba
know, I
in
didn't feel like going out and
defense
getting
of
them.
his line. Maybe running a little bit lower
Fair
right
enough.
here. Giving up a little bit of time on the racetrack, maybe a 10th of lap, trying to keep his 22 car behind him.
I know you have the crack
Bubba
cocaine.
Wallace out front, 26 laps
Just
to go.
cocaine. I have standards. Peter, what are you doing here? Crack?
Everything will be powered by
What?
renewable energy. But it's not as easy as flipping a switch. It's a long road, requiring decades of time and trillions of dollars. But what if there was a better direction on the path to zero carbon emissions? An energy source that's available right now, that's affordable, plentiful, and environmentally friendly. There is, and it's propane. Get the facts at propane.com/now.
We all rely on them. But who do they rely on? Verizon is the #1 network choice in public safety.
We turned thanking first responders into a Verizon.
I know. Like, come on.
Responders.
Did you know that at the Flight 93 Memorial, like museum, the one that crashed in Pennsylvania, they literally have a fucking gift shop where you can buy Flight 93 hoodies.
What the fuck?
Dead serious.
I was there too. I don't even remember that. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
I mean, I think all the proceeds like go to something, but like to what? They're already dead. Like,
They told us that selling cars 100% online wouldn't work.
Holy cash
We
grab.
rent to work. Building an experience that lets you shop over 17,000 cars from home. Creating a coast-to-coast network to deliver your car as soon as tomorrow.
you're concerned that I'd
Creating an
fuck
army of
Dom?
customer advocates to make
It's
your
already
experience
happened, bro.
incredible, and putting you in control of
is
the
he a
whole thing
homophobe?
with powerful
Yeah, you a
technology.
homophobe? I thought you were
That's
gay.
why we
You were
become
like
the
bi.
nation's fastest growing retailer.
Who is it?
Because our customers
Window.
love it. See for yourself at Carvana.com.
Jesus, Dom.
Keep me from what I love
Dude,
most.
he said he doesn't like us
Not
for being
anymore.
gay.
Blue Emu gave me my horsepower back.
It's pretty gay
It's
of
the
him.
powerful relief my joints need.
Blue Emu. It works fast, and you won't stay.
Gay. 14.
And you'll love the night race at Bristol. The speed, the noise, the colors. It's all the sideways chaos.
So that's 14 people who have the ability to screen record what you said earlier when you got here. Post it all over Twitter.
Ah.
One bull race to rule them all.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize.
On USA.
And now it's down to
I like,
12, so.
I like to consider myself a man of faith. And his drive to left field by Castellanos. 2-0 ball game.
Bubba Wallace
Whatever it
in
was.
front of Christopher Bell. They're both working their way through lap traffic right now.
Come on, Bubba.
20 laps to go when he crosses the stripe here for Bubba Wallace, looking after his second win potentially in the Cup Series.
My room's
Jeff,
a
how'd you get
problem.
here?
Christopher Bell right now has a little bit quicker race car. Not a lot. Green flag stops lap 214.
Come on, Bubba, get your first win ever. Let's go.
Second.
No. Mickey Mouse.
Don't be that type of person.
Doesn't count. Doesn't count. Would have counted for anyone else, but not him.
Would have counted for anyone else, but not for him.
According to other NASCAR fans.
Yeah.
Wallace is out front. You see the gap.
Winval said that's kind of rude, what you said.
18 laps to go. We're here
I'm
until
sorry.
the checkered
Yeah,
flag.
apologize, Dom.
I did. Now he has to apologize.
You said, Dom, you're gay like me. Yeah, now Winval, you have to apologize.
This lap car lost a little bit here, near just there. That's going to cost him a little bit of speed on this particular lap. But now there's 3 lap cars in between him.
So, Dom,
and
you're
second
gay
place.
like me.
Christopher Bell's been having a little more of an issue trying to get by these lap
gay.
cars.
Well, these are good lap cars. Also, Justin Haley, he's run well today. Not having one of his best runs, but still running an 18. And in front of that is Joey Gatto.
Justin Turner just hit a grand
So,
slam.
Denny Hamlin right
Who are they
behind
playing?
Christopher Bell, also trying to make a run.
Who
on
are they
Christopher.
playing?
Do you race the guy different if he's
I hope
leader
it's-
or
The Phillies and okay, they finally got going. The Phillies and the Nationals.
Well, I think that if you're on the lead lap, you're going to try to stay there. So you're going to race the leader a little bit harder, especially late in the race like this, at least to try to maintain the free
Dodgers
pass.
and Padres.
Yeah, well, Haley-
10-2.
Padres cannot beat the Dodgers.
That's right.
There was this whole thing more like last year. They extended Tatis, improved their team. They're like, they will no longer be the little brother of the Dodgers. Dodgers shits on the Padres for the next 2
The only
years.
chance
Yeah.
this 20 car has. I think the better chance is for Denny if he can get by the 20. He has
Oh,
enough
shit.
speed to run him down. I think he has a better car. This is just going to be a very hard pass to make.
Now it's side by side for second. Hamlin trying to take second away from Bell.
They were trying to tell Christopher about that line that Denny had in 3 and 4 there. That's the first time Christopher went up there right on the wall, being able to use that. And think about where Christopher is right now. Right now, he's 57 points to the good
Check the
cup line here.
race.
Even if he doesn't win or finish second or third, he's in a
Sure,
great
America's
position at
team
Bristol.
still winning.
Denny Hamlin's getting encouragement from his crew chief. Sometimes you don't believe everything you hear, but
Is
this
the
time
real
he's
America's
absolutely
team
right.
beating the
Christopher
fake
Bell's
America's
they're
team?
coming back to you. Denny going forward
Yes.
now for second place.
I won.
6-1.
Yes.
Did he lose too much time getting by the 20?
You Seattle.
Was the Washington game rain
The Braves
delayed? Yeah.
actually can't beat a winning team. They just beat all the losing teams at like 90%.
And the Mets. They're like 7-5 against the Mets.
No, they're 7-9 against the Mets.
This 45 car really gets through traffic pretty good.
We're getting ready to find
They have a losing record against teams above 500. Which means they have a Mickey Mouse schedule and they can shit on.
Oh my God, Dom! Being one of those.
Okay, but no, literally, they have a negative record against teams above 500, or at least.
Yes, but they didn't like change the. They make the schedule before the season starts.
I know,
it's like you
but
can't
it's
like.
just like
It's not like they're just now
no, but
giving
it's
them
like
an
if
easier.
they lose by 1 or 2 games, I'm salty about it. 'Cause
You
it's
can be
like-
salty, but just like maybe blame it on yourself for not fucking. Maybe blame it on your team for not fucking picking it up. And
No, it ain't their fault. It's not, and they beat the Braves too. It's not like they're losing against the Braves.
If they win
They're
out
not,
the season,
they're
they're gonna
not,
win the division.
They're not killing the Braves, but they're still 9-7 against them. Beat the Dodgers in the season series. Tied the Yankees. They did lose to the Astros in the season series. So that was tough.
Yeah.
Killed the Cardinals.
He's going to be very hard to pass. Yeah,
I think we lost to the
Joey's
Padres.
going to see the light of that 11 car and move over. He's saying, man,
Fucking molested the Phillies.
I want an opportunity to get the free pass.
Which made me so happy.
Check the Jets versus Ravens.
Oh, it's pretty lopsided.
24-9, the Ravens. Oh, that was a final.
Wait 2 or 3 laps. It's got to happen now.
The gap
It's gotta happen now.
Gotta do it now.
Wallace and Hamlin.
We all know Joey Logano. I know the answer.
Yeah, that card's getting wider and wider for the 11.
He just
Shit, Hamlin's actually beating on Bubba, but I don't think it'll be enough.
Yeah.
Unless Bubba really fucks up with his caution.
And Denny is Bubba's boss.
Is he?
Yeah, Denny and Michael Jordan.
It's a point for Joey Logano. So Joey Logano's running
Denny
his
has the
race,
partial ownership in his team?
Yeah.
That's a point for me. I'm trying
Well, no,
to
not
make
he.
my own
So
play.
it's actually weird. Denny drives for a separate team, but then owns another team.
That's fucking weird. That shouldn't be allowed.
Dale Sander did it too.
I agree, Junior. I think Joey's
I don't think it shouldn't be allowed.
It's just weird though.
It is weird.
switched, and I want somebody to work with me, so I'm going to let Denny Hamlin go here. He worked to my inside.
Well, there's Kyle.
Less than 10 laps to go. The gap is still
Going
2
2 laps
seconds
down.
between first and second.
That is one thing that has been maintained throughout all of these
He
laps
definitely
of
has enough gas, right?
Because
Yeah.
of line traffic and everything else, and Bubba Wallace doing a nice job. That 2-second lead has been pretty steady. Then he's going to have to really find some speed here if he's going to get this done.
Right in front of Bubba is the 6th of Brad Keselowski. Brad's been running the top. He's been running the top right now, right in front.
It's like we find out that one of the lap cars are actually racist and just wreck him.
Just a little bit of throttle here in turn 2.
Or they like find something in his car that he cheated, they take the win away.
Oh, it suck.
This would be to go 2 laps down.
Brad's running the bottom of 3 and 4 here.
He found a little piece of tape. Didn't do anything, but we're gonna say that it did.
Bubba, it seems that your car had 4 tires. It's illegal.
Yeah.
Oh, he had an issue. That lead was 2 seconds. It is down to 1.7 now. Some sort of a problem off turn 4.
No, he's fading.
Kim.
And some leaders want to know where that second place driver is. Some leaders don't.
Yeah, he's
So listen to
fading.
Bubba Wallace's radio.
Okay, I'll leave you be. Freddie, you got it.
And they have been true to their word and has been silent on the 45 radio, just letting their driver focus these last laps.
Hamlin's catching him.
We heard Moody say, Freddie, you got it. Freddie's a spotter.
I think he's gonna catch him, unfortunately.
The gap is
For 7
1.5
laps.
seconds.
Yeah, he's
fading.
yeah.
Oh, he is fading. Shit.
Bubba just doesn't have
Gained a little bit of time right there,
the ability,
but
the grip, the confidence in the car, but definitely taking a very conservative approach these last few laps to stay out of trouble. Well, if Denny
You can't be
Hamlin, that
conservative.
oldest
They're gonna
45
win.
car, but knowing Denny and the
Right.
competitor, he's going to do all he can do to pass the driver he employs. He
Oh,
wants
yeah,
to
you're not
ensure
gonna let your
himself a
fucking
spot in the
employee
next round of
beat
the
you.
playoffs.
Lead down to 1.5 seconds.
6 laps to go. Steve, you mentioned it. An interesting chemistry here in the sense that the owner of The car in front of him, Denny Hamlin, owns the 45. Co-owner.
I don't know. He might not catch him now.
23-11 race.
Looked like he was
Denny
fading
Hamlin
much more than
running
he
second.
actually is.
His own car is running in front of him, leading this race.
You got to get
looking for a
past
win.
Brad though.
Down the front straightaway, coming to 5 laps to go. Then he closes the gap again to 1.3.
Can he get to the back bumper? And if he does, can he get by him? That's the big question now. For
Gotta
him.
get around fucking Brad.
But a reminder, NASCAR America post-race show immediately following the checkered flag here in Kansas.
That was a big corner right there in 1 and 2 for Denny Hamlin. I feel like he cut a big chunk out of this lead.
Denny, let your driver win. Nah, don't let him win. Just if he does win, then.
Difficulties for the leader.
He fires him.
Yeah, right.
He like fires him right now. He gets on the phone. Fire him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He fires him like with 4 to go. He's like, bring him to the pits.
Less than 6 miles remain in this race here in Kansas.
Get around that dude. Isn't there a flag Brad's gonna get because he's like blocking it, the faster driver? Or no?
No, well, because it's only if you're actually a slow lapped car. Like if you're a lapped car, it's all out. Like you can race for that position, even if you're a lap down. But like if you're slower, then
Here in 1 and 2, so definitely not going to be able to pass him down there. Denny has changed his line now, running a little bit lower in 1 and 2.
Less than 1.1 seconds.
He's going to lose a little bit of time.
Oh, God.
Rick running that lower line. That did not work well for Denny. I think Denny felt like
I can't wait to see how the fucking NASCAR fans are going to justify this.
He's radioing his car has gone loose. The 11 is
You'll be
loose.
like, on the day when all the cars sucked, of course you would.
changed lanes because of the way his car is driving. 2 laps to go for Bubba. Bubba stretched the lead out a little bit right there. So Bubba can sit right here, I think. But just remain calm.
Bubba leading is going to be a big spike in viewership.
Is it really?
Yeah, 21.
Down the backstretch again. Bubba Wallace still fighting to get by the 6 of Keselowski, so he doesn't have that car to deal with. The gap, though, between he and second, 1.3 seconds. Bubba Wallace coming up on the
Final lap, one more time around.
Presented by Credit One Bank.
Bubba Wallace, man. Can't wait to see the racist NASCAR fans on Twitter after this trying to justify how this was somehow a Mickey Mouse win.
And now, this car with Kurt Busch.
You're really gonna let the black guy win the NASCAR race? That's fucked.
He had the best car, of course he
looking
won.
for his second career win in the Cup Series. His final time.
Bubba Wallace.
He's gonna do it. Bubba Wallace wins in Kansas.
Bubba Wallace wins it. Dom. Wow.
Damn, cheap Toyota, you got the best car.
Bubba wins it.
What has NASCAR come to? What is this?
Team owner Denny Hamlin goes by to congratulate, and Bubba Wallace becomes the 18th different winner in 2022.
Like that little love tap there.
Yeah, baby.
So frustrated with himself after Michigan, knowing that he had a great car but wasn't able to capitalize and finish out, getting that checkered flag there. But today, he leads 58 laps in this race and dominant at the end. Bubba Wallace gets his
The one race Dom comes to. Bubba Wallace.
Dude, he literally had the best car. It's fucking stupid.
Dude, shut up. I know you're kidding,
Fucking
but
stupid. The best car. How it was spun out. Stupid track.
Stupid track.
The pole was rigged.
He's gonna burn him down.
That is a badass burnout.
A checkered flag moment brought to you by.
So yeah, the 45 car won both races at Kansas this year, just with 2 different drivers.
Yeah, Kurt Busch probably fucking helped him. Stupid.
Normally an
Stupid
emotional.
spoiler.
Oh yeah, the concussed guy helped him out.
How he is when he climbs out of the car here.
It doesn't count. It wasn't his normal car.
Driving the 45
Doesn't count, it wasn't his normal car.
had that car in the playoffs for the Owners' Championship, and now they know that they're advancing to the next round. But still, all of the drivers, the 16 drivers that are fighting for a title, They're still fighting based on points, but look at the celebration.
You shut up, you dirty.
No, that's him silencing the haters.
Oh, the racing NASCAR fans.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to be quiet about this, Bubba.
Yeah, they're not. It won't be all positive.
Yeah, that's right. Bubba Wallace.
He's acting like he's on steroids right now.
Yeah!
Or cocaine.
That's how he won. Cheating.
Man, just so proud of this team. So proud of the effort that they put in each and every week. Just thankful for the opportunity, right? I took this jump from an idea 2 years ago from a text from Denny.
So maybe if he had a better car, he'd do better.
He was ready to get the deal done, and appreciate him, appreciate MJ, Curtis, Gene, everybody on that side of things, everybody at 2311. Men and women there, they worked their tails off, and just so proud. Pit crew was awesome today. We had one loose wheel, and just thankful. Thanks for the opportunity.
Want to thank Gatorade?
Thankful to shut the hell up for a lot of people.
What does it mean to race as hard as you had to, right? The one at Talladega was a little bit different, and then to have Denny chasing you at the end.
Yeah, I knew Denny was going to be strong, and you know that's the things I look at is he wasn't that good at the beginning of the day, and he comes up and finishes P2, and that's what I want to start doing. When we don't have the best days, is capitalize on moments like that. So it's cool to beat the boss, but man, we were just lights out today once we got to the lead, and it was a lot of fun.
You've been open with us in the past. You get anxious. Were you anxious all day? Were you ever anxious? Were you never anxious?
No, it's funny. I actually ran into my old crew chief, Jerry Baxter, after the truck race, and I texted him. I said, Jerry, I think it's going to be a good weekend. And so we called our shot. Just what a really cool paint scheme as well on our Toyota Camry route. They've done a lot for me in my career in a short amount of time, and to throw
NASCAR really let the black guy win. What does NASCAR come to?
Put this in victory lane.
I don't know, Cheryl. I don't know why I lost it.
Been doing this for a really long time.
Talladega doesn't count last year. Yes, it
I haven't won
does.
a race like that in a really long time, but just knowing.
You mean ever?
What?
He goes, I haven't won a race like that in a really long time.
Some of the doubters. Do you want to say
Well, he
anything
has
to
on
the
like
fans, your
trucks.
fans?
He's won in trucks.
True fans that are out there, thank you guys. I love you. It's been a tough road. You guys are the best. And,
Some of them.
Let's keep this train rolling. Thank you.
Some of them, yeah.
Bubba Wallace raced for it. He took it today at Kansas. Parker.
Dave, Denny Hamlin gave it all he had there. Denny Hamlin, the
Okay, guys.
second. Denny Hamlin, the owner, wins the emotion.
What's the schedule for next week?
Good overall day.
When are their races next week?
Is it in Bristol?
Yes. So the truck race Thursday. Oh yeah, I'll be live for all three races because I was like, this is Bristol, so I want to be able to watch them. So I'll be live for all three races next week, y'all. So I want to thank y'all for watching. Wait, watch time prediction.
23 hours.
I'm gonna guess 27 hours. You guys will never know.